Coming to you live from my apartment, it's Rob Has a Podcast. And now, here's the guy who sees your true colors shining through. Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Season 30 preview show here on Rob Has a Podcast. I am Rob Cesternino. And here I am live on video on robhasawebsite.com. It's Wednesday night in the Survivor time slot. Here she is, Nicole Cesternino. Nicole, welcome back.
Hello, everybody. I'm
Nicole,
so happy to be back.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
How are you? Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Here we are, Survivor 30. Could you imagine that we are here?
No, it's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. Very excited to be here with you live. We're going to go through all 18 new players tonight and go through them one by one, give our winner predictions, let you guys know how we think things are going to go down here in just 2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks.
When Survivor Worlds Apart premieres live on CBS. It's going to be a 90-minute premiere followed by the premiere of The Amazing Race 26. Are you excited for the new kid on the block, Nicole?
I forgot all about him, yeah.
Yes.
That's going to be a busy night for you.
It's the one people all forgot all about. He's on The Amazing Race.
They didn't remember him when he was in the band.
Yes. All right. So we've got a lot to get to here tonight. Very excited for those of you guys who are joining us live. Again, the room is set up a little bit differently, so it's hard for me to follow everything that's going on in the chat and everything that's going on with your comments, but I want this to be as interactive as possible. So go ahead. We're going to do it. Go ahead and use the chat room on robhasawebsite.com if you're watching us live. If you are on Twitter and you're so inclined, use the hashtag RHAP. Scott St. Pierre is monitoring what's going on in the Twitter. And then also on our YouTube channel, you can ask us questions at robhasawebsite.com/YouTube. Try to ask questions about the people that we're talking about when we're talking about them. We'll go ahead and take a bunch of questions like we did on Miss Survivor and Mr. Survivor when they come up. So, Nicole, this is a very special occasion that we're here tonight because for a number of reasons. Okay? One, this is going to be our 10th season preview that we've ever done.
That's crazy.
We started our season preview podcast for Survivor Nicaragua.
Which didn't start as a live video.
No, we didn't do them on video, I think, up until, Survivor Blood versus Water was the first time we did it on video. So this is the fourth one we're doing on video.
I remember doing live shows used to be such a big thing. Like, we had a lot of well, I didn't.
Well, in fairness, this was a big thing also.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yes, it was a big deal. And move stuff around into the living room. Now I just move stuff around in this room, so that's a big deal.
No, but even with the software.
Yes, it was not easy. We didn't do as much video stuff when we started. And speaking of when we started, tonight is also, we're about to celebrate, this is the 5-year anniversary of the first episode of Rob Has a Podcast.
Oh, happy anniversary.
And thank you, honey. Thank you. 5 years. It's actually going to be 5 years tomorrow. So we're going to celebrate it tonight.
Ooh.
And I know some people are saying, hey, 5 years. Why didn't you do a special show for 5 years? And Nicole and I were talking about it. What do we want to do? 5-year anniversary. How do we commemorate this? And that's when we got to thinking. I said to Nicole, I know it's our 5-year anniversary, but it's also just our 5-year anniversary. And this show is going to go on 10, 15, 30, as long as I'm alive, basically. We're going to keep doing the show. And so we figured, hey, it's our 5th anniversary, but let's just go out there and do a great 5th anniversary show. And we don't have to bring back all the guests that we've had on previously.
Yeah, let's just high five.
Yeah, a high five, a high five, and then maybe that might be the hashtag, a high five for 5 year of Rob Has a Podcast. And thanks to all of you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been there from the beginning. Now, it's impossible for that many of you guys to be there from the beginning because there weren't that many of you people there in the beginning. But I know a lot of people from the first year and all the way through haven't left us yet.
Some of them have.
Yeah, a lot of people did come and said, I don't like this.
Yeah,
and left.
this is the Rob that sucks.
That happened a lot.
I thought it was the other guy.
Yeah, Igor Aziz and all those people.
Oh, I miss him.
Yeah, so we're going to go along and get through it. And also one other note tonight. Today is February 11th, Wednesday, February 11th. So not only are we 2 weeks away from the start of Survivor Worlds Apart, we're also exactly 1 month away from the Know-It-Alls live show in New York. That's going to be 4 weeks from today. We're one month away.
Wow.
And Stephen Fishback and I will be live at Gotham Comedy Club, a sold-out capacity crowd, 300 people in attendance. And it's going to be a very, very fun night. I know a lot of people coming in from out of town and all sorts of places.
From Australia.
Yeah, all over, different countries, all
Yes.
over the world. People are coming in to see the show. I'm really excited. I think Steven is nervous.
Well, he
I think
should
he's
be.
a little. I think
should
he's
be
a little
nervous.
nervous. He's, you know, he. I don't know if he's used to, you know, being in, you know, could be. I hope it's not a choke job.
I hope
that's
he
what I'm
doesn't
hoping.
choke. Yeah.
I'm hoping it's, you know, not going to be like, you
No
know.
pressure, Steven. It's only 300 plus people.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, he can calm his nerves, and we'll give him a drink
Just give him
before
a shot.
the show.
Give him a shot.
And so we're very excited for that. Then after the show, we're having I know everybody wants to get together, but the problem has been that
You have too many fans.
Well, we're a big party. We're 300 people plus all of the people that want to come out.
That couldn't get tickets.
That couldn't get tickets to the show.
Yeah.
So we're sort of in search of a venue. I don't know who could accommodate us, but if you happen to be a listener of the podcast and you have a suggestion.
Are you a club promoter?
Yeah, and you're looking for maybe
For 400 people?
Yeah, 300 or 400 people that want to come in and give you a really good night of business somewhere in around the area of Gotham Comedy Club. Shoot me an email, Rob has a website.
And we're out of the New York loop. We've been in LA too long.
Yeah, Rob@robhasawebsite.com. So let us know. We're working on places that we find places that'll hold 200, but I want everybody that wants to come out after the show to be able to come out after the show. Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun there on that night. Also, next week, I know a lot of people are like, Rob, we don't care what you have to say. We want to hear from Corinne. Where's Corinne? Where's the binder?
Yeah.
Get Corinne out here. Corinne is scheduled to join us next Wednesday night. That won't be a live show. That's going to be Corinne
doesn't like to do live shows.
She also demands no cameras. She wants to get in and out in the cover of darkness.
She only
with the
wants
binder.
red Skittles.
Yes. She has a lot of demands. So Corinne demands no video for that show.
Yes.
We'll be doing that next week as well. Nicole, in addition to all of the shows, I have about 7 or 8 podcasts on Rob as a Podcast. This is supposed to be the off season.
Yep. There's never an off season.
Yeah, we're also in the midst of moving this month.
Yes,
How's the
we
move
are.
going for you?
For me, it's going good. I'm getting stuff over there.
Yeah, this has been a lot of.
I haven't seen him.
Yes, this has been a tough couple of weeks.
The neighbors think I'm single and ready to mingle.
Whoa, it's the neighbor Jeff Schroeder.
Yes.
Hey neighbor, are you ready? Are you single and ready to mingle? Are you ready? Are you ready to move into this house?
That's a cross between
So
Ernie and Jeff.
when you move into this house, are you going to be single and ready to mingle? What's going to be your strategy when you move into the house? We're very, very excited about everything, and you're going to be seeing a little bit of a different setup also when we move into the new house. Oh, Rob! Oh, yeah, we heard this before. You're going on Survivor. Am I going on Survivor? No, I'm not. So we're in the midst of the move. We're getting ready for. Hopefully, we're not going to miss a beat. Also, with the move. Hopefully,
we shouldn't. We have it planned out pretty well.
Trying to do it all in one weekend. So we have, we have the new place already, and now we're trying
to.
Not
take, already, but.
Well, we have
we have it
already. One word. We have the place.
Okay.
And we are going and trying to bring stuff over and I'm trying to like. Bring over everything from here in basically like a weekend.
Yes.
And then it's going to be the weekend before Survivor, and of course then we should be back up and running hopefully by when we crown our Miss and Mr. Survivor. By the way, Miss Survivor debate last night.
I heard all about it.
Yes, and Mr. Survivor debate, still trying to schedule a day for all 3 of our Mr. Survivor people.
Yeah, they should be shirtless.
Well, okay. All right. Well,
just saying.
All right. Well, we'll put that. We'll float that out there for Mr. Survivor. Shirts optional for Mr. Survivor.
It does get you more points.
Yeah. We're trying to figure out when that's going to be. It may even creep into Monday of next week.
Ooh,
so once I have that, I will let you guys know, and then we'll vote the following week, and then we'll crown Mr. and Miss Survivor the night before, and hopefully we'll be in the new studio space, and hopefully that will be ready to go, and I'll be very excited to show you guys what that will look like once that's up and running. One last thing before we get into the countdown. We are probably going to do about, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of this season, of podcasting. We'll probably do roughly about 60 to 70, maybe 80 hours of Survivor podcast coming up.
No big deal.
Yeah, that's going to be. We're going to talk more about this season of Survivor than you probably even want to listen to. If you're interested in helping to support the cause on Rob Has a Podcast and becoming a patron of Rob Has a Podcast, we greatly appreciate it, especially at the start of the season. If you want to go ahead and jump in for what's going to be a months and months of, hopefully, Survivor entertainment, go ahead and check out what's going on at robhasawebsite.com/patron. We're going to do the monthly patron cast along the way. Also, you get to ask questions about whatever you want. We've got the patron group on Facebook. Talk to a bunch of people who are the big Rob Has a Podcast fans. It's a lot of fun, so check that out. robhasawebsite.com/patron if you want to know more about how you can help support Rob Has a Podcast. All right, Nicole.
All right.
Are you ready here?
I've been ready, but you've been yapping and yapping.
I know. I'm so excited. We got so much to talk about here live. All right. So, Nicole, this season of Survivor, no collar, blue collar, white collar. We all know how this is going to work. 3 tribes, 18 people. Do you like the format?
It reminds me of All Stars a little bit with the 3 tribes.
Survivor All Stars.
Yes, so it makes me say, don't like it.
All right, so Nicole, and Nicole probably has Survivor All Stars on the brain because she's been listening to our audiobook, The Evolution of Strategy.
I listened to it twice.
Nicole, how far into the 14 hours of Survivor All Stars chapter are you?
I'm not going to lie, I just started it.
Yeah, and by just started it, that would be roughly...
0.
0, yes.
But in fairness, I hear you talking.
Yes, okay.
I hear you recording it.
So you hear it when it's recorded.
I hear it when it's recorded.
Yeah. By the way, if you guys want to check out the Survivor All-Stars chapter, you can hear the first part of that chapter for free at robhasawebsite.com/allstars.
Or you can just come to the house and listen.
Yeah, or I guess so. Or Nicole will let you in and you can stand outside the door. Surprise me when I open the door. That's what I like. All right, so no collar, blue collar, white collar. Nicole, what are you?
I pop my collar.
You pop your collar, but are you, as a nurse, does that make you white collar? Is that blue collar?
I don't know. What would you say?
I don't know.
What are you?
I'm no collar.
Oh, right.
I make my own hours.
I make my own hours.
Yes, but I mean that you put your hours on the schedule.
I do manual labor, but I also do, actually, no, I don't do desk stuff.
I think technically a nurse is blue collar.
Yeah.
So, look at you, blue collar.
Blue collar worker.
Hard-working lady.
Yeah.
Blue collar.
Yeah, work hard for the money.
So you'd fit right in with the blue collar tribe.
I guess so.
Yeah. A couple of things also about this season. We set this all up in our 7 things you need to know about Survivor Worlds Apart. There's also going to be a twist that is coming with this season. The twist is going to be that 2 people are going to get a clue to either they can get the clue to the hidden immunity idol or they can get a bigger bag of rice. It's very similar to the start of Survivor Cagayan, where we had Morgan and a couple of Garrett and those people. They had the chance they could get the idol clue or a bag of rice.
Right.
The difference here is that 2 people will have to share the lie. If it was me and you, what would we do? But it wasn't blood versus water. Pretend I was a stranger.
I wouldn't like you if you were a stranger.
Well, why not? I feel like you don't like me because I'm not a stranger.
So I probably would like you less.
You would like me more.
I don't know.
I feel like the things you don't like about me, you wouldn't know yet.
It's pretty clear.
Why? What is it you don't like about me?
You talk a lot.
Okay. That's good.
That is good. That's good for business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we weren't, what would we do? Would you say, let's have a bigger bag of rice for the...
And it's our secret?
Yes, it would be our secret. Or that, we could say, let's get the immunity idol, but then I guess you could tell everybody that...
So we would both have the immunity idol? Would we have to share it?
No, I think it's one. I think we have to share it.
Well, I wouldn't want to share it with you.
Why not?
Because I don't know you. We just met.
So you'd say go with the rice?
I would go with the rice.
I don't know. Strategically...
I don't know if I would trust you.
Strategically, I do think you're probably better off to go with the rice and say, I'm just going to look around and find the hidden immunity. Like half the time, you don't even need the clue to find the hidden immunity idol. I think you're better off. That could probably screw you up more than actually having it will help you.
And there's only one. It's not like you're both gonna get your own.
Yes. So you have to share it, and so that could be complicated. I think that you're better off on day one to go ahead, get the bigger bag of rice.
Get some full bellies.
Make people happy, because then at some point you're going to switch, and then everybody's going to say, like, oh, you took the idol, or you took the thing. And people are like, wait, what? You said it was...
You know, the other guy's going to spill the beans.
Yes, or the rice.
Well, not the rice.
Well, that's what happened in Survivor Cagayan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see exactly how that's going to play out. So that's one of the first twists, and then allegedly there's going to be an advantage in the game that we don't really know what that's going to be yet.
Is there going to be a Redemption Island? Or
no Redemption Island, no Exile Island.
Okay.
Otherwise, straight shot here on Survivor. No collar, blue collar, white collar. We're going to start off here today with our first tribe, and that tribe will be... It's the no-collar tribe.
No-collars.
No-collar tribe, Nicole, as Jeff Probst tells us, that there's the three tribes. One tribe makes the rules, one tribe follows the rules, and one tribe breaks the rules, ignores the rules. So that's why I feel like you might be no-collar. You hate rules.
I hate rules.
Yeah. So you would be good for no-collar.
Yes.
Yes, although you also like to make rules.
I'm an enforcer.
So ironically, you're blue-collar, but you don't like to follow the rules.
Yeah.
You like to make the rules or break the rules?
I only have one side of a collar.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here are the 6 people that are going to be competing on the no-collar tribe. We'll take them in basically no particular order, basically the order that I have my notes.
The order of the printouts.
Yes. Nicole, do you want to share what happened to your notes for this podcast?
So I tried to be all prepared for this podcast, and I took notes. I watched the videos, took really good notes, and then I went to the house today with Dominic, and he was playing, and he took my notebook out of my bag, and I left without my notebook.
That's the dog ate my homework excuse
But it really
podcast.
happened. Go to the house, you'll see it there.
Corinne would never, first of all, Corinne would never let a baby touch her binder. Second of all, Corinne would never
Should never be near a baby.
without a binder. By the way, I promised Corinne when she comes to the house next week that all of the baby stuff will be packed, so she won't have to see any baby stuff when she comes to the house.
That was a stupid promise. We're not moving until the 21st.
Well, I told Corinne that we wouldn't have any of the baby stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nicole is getting a phone call during the podcast. Is that... All right?
We're on silence.
Yes,
sorry.
we're on silence. All right. So let's talk about the no-collar tribe. And first up on the no-collar tribe, let's talk about Jen Brown. Telling you a little bit about Jen Brown. She's a sailing instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Her personal claim to fame is that she's traveling the world solo on a whim. Her hobbies include surfing, kickboxing, and hiking. Her pet peeves are sleeping with sleeves or socks on.
I don't understand this.
Again, she's no collar.
Yeah.
She's a free spirit.
Do you have to sleep with a tank top?
Yes, and the Survivor contestant that you are most like, Malcolm. He's just like me in a guy form.
She kind of does look like Malcolm.
Maybe Kate, as she had a strong personality.
Who is she talking about? Kate? Kate from Lost?
Yes, that's Kate from Lost. That's the plane crash survivor you're most like is Kate from Lost. I think Katie Collins. Katie from.
Oh, but that'd be Katie.
Katie that played with Penner. You mean Miss Delaware? That Katie?
I think it's Kate from Lost.
Yeah, Kate from Lost. All right. So, Nicole, also about Jen Brown, she wants to make her own wine. That's high up on her list.
Yes, in my notes, in my notebook, it was big. Why no?
Wino, not to be confused with Rhino.
He's also, well, he's a whiner.
And then also, if she wins the $1 million, what does she want to buy?
A vineyard.
And something else. A jet ski.
Oh, a jet ski, because it's only about $2,000.
Yes, even though it's not that expensive.
But
that's
she
what
doesn't.
she really
She's
wants
no collar. She doesn't have any money.
All right, so what do we make of Jen? Also, we have the pictures up if you are listening to the audio podcast. I actually have the pictures up for Nicole where she can see them this season.
I need to see.
In the past, that's been a common request from Nicole. I need to see what this person looks like.
Yeah.
So here they are. There's Jen.
Yes.
All right. Give me some thoughts about Jen while I get a drink of water.
I liked Jen. I thought that she's good. She seems athletic. She seems pretty smart.
Yeah.
I think.
She is. She
doesn't seem ditzy.
Yeah, I mean, she seems
She
pretty
seems like
good.
the girl you would want to have around.
Yeah. The thing with the no-collar tribe that I think we're going to be on the lookout for is who's unstable. And how do the unstable elements mix together? Because crazy with crazy on Survivor
Equals
is tricky.
Cuckoo.
Because sometimes the crazy people get along. But more often than not,
But that makes it even crazier when they get along, too.
the crazy people don't get along.
And that makes it explosive.
Yeah, for instance, like take a look back in like Survivor Panama, where you have Shane Powers, who's crazy, and then also Courtney Merritt, who's crazy.
I didn't say
And
that either.
that could be a very toxic mix. However, somebody like Jen, she seems more sort of like...
She seems pretty stable.
Yeah, she's more sort of like no collar, like she's just going to go with the flow. She's just going to like not rock the boat
I feel like
too
she
much.
could recognize crazy.
Yes, so you feel like she's going to be okay here
I do.
in the no collar tribe.
I do.
Also of note about her, she's from Long Beach. Most of the no collar people are from California.
Shocker.
I believe 5 out of 6.
Shocker. And they're all from, like, southern Los Angeles.
Yes, as in most of them are probably recruited to play the game. Again, we can't speak to that at this point in time, but probably was like, hey, do you want to be on Survivor?
They found him at Venice Beach.
Yes. Yes. Here, call us if you want to be on Survivor. All right. So she wants to align with the guys more so than the girls here.
Because she knows they're crazy.
Yeah. What do you think of that? What do you think of a girl who says that they want to be aligned with the guys more than the girls? And does that typically work on Survivor?
I mean, I always say that a girl that doesn't have any girlfriends is also crazy. So that's kind of tricky.
Yeah. You mean like you?
I have girlfriends. I don't like them, but they're my friends.
Yeah, and you don't really have any guy friends.
I don't have any guy
that I know
friends.
about.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't call the house, at least.
Yes, I'm not that I see. Not that I see. So, also of note about Jen Brown, so if you could have these 3 things on the island, what would they be? She wants a hammock. She wants a camera. Because she wants to be able to look back on the experience and show her loved ones Survivor from her perspective, not the one they see on TV.
Okay, fair enough.
And sour candy, because she loves sour candy.
I hate sour candy.
Yeah, I feel like if you were starving on Survivor, I feel like sour candy of anything. Like, I feel like in all the times that you're on Survivor, you're like, you want something sweet, you want something savory.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody on Survivor is like, oh, I wish I had a lemon. I wish I had a lemon. Something sour.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wish
maybe she was having a craving.
A craving that day when she was writing the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. She also actually says, I know we were talking about who's recruited. She says she wanted to be on the show since she watched the first season in 3rd grade. She would actually kill it in the game. So I feel like...
Maybe she was a recruit that just happened to be a fan.
Or she was just happened to be somebody who wanted to be on the show that was in California, or she was somebody that happened to be a fan of the show and they asked her to apply.
Or she's just full of crap.
Yeah, that's true also. That's true also. But she says as to why you'll be the sole survivor, she says, I've seen every season. I know how to win. I know what strategies work. And for how long, when in the game are they best to start using. Also, I'm mean enough to make it to the end, but likable enough to get the jury votes. Plus, I can BS my way through any situation. Even a sticky situation. Yeah?
Oh, dear.
If it took too long.
Situation.
Yeah. All right. So, Nicole, give me some big picture thoughts on Jen. What are you thinking?
I like Jen. I think Jen is going to go far.
Yeah. I actually like Jen, too. I think that out of the no-collar people...
Unless the crazies gang up. I
didn't even think about it.
The crazies align.
Yeah. Here, let's go back and take a look at the people that are in this group. I feel like she should be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, unless...
She looks very different here.
Yeah, she looks...
I almost didn't recognize her.
Yeah, she looks a little different in the group shot than she looks on her profile picture.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think she's going to be okay. I'd be surprised if she's the first one out there in that group. So what do you say? You feel good about her?
I feel good.
All right, what about in the part of the game where she ends up hopefully switch to another tribe and making the merge?
I think she'll be okay still.
Yeah.
I
do.
You
feel like she's going to be in this for the long haul?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
What about you?
I feel like I'll say thumbs up on Jen Brown.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up on Jen Brown.
Okay.
All right, we got 17 more people to get to tonight.
Okay, we got to start disagreeing.
All right, so there's only one person. All right, let's go to person number 2. Here is Nina. Nina. All right. So Nina is the second ever deaf survivor. Nicole, did you know that there was already somebody who was deaf that was on Survivor?
I had no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yes. And she actually played on Survivor of the Amazon.
I hated that season.
Yes. A lot of people did. A lot of people did. So I played with the first ever deaf survivor, and we got along great. We had a very positive experience, and
She didn't really have to listen to you all the time.
oh, come on, come on.
I bet that was a major plus.
Yes, yes, that's right. Because I treated her with respect.
Sure.
That's right.
We'll go with that.
That's right. So here's Nina. She's deaf. She has. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. Do you know about this? I know you're the medical professional on the podcast. Cochlear implants.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know about that? How does
I don't
that
know
work?
too much about it, but I know that in some cases, not all cases of when people are deaf, that they can have this transplant and then they can hear again. But not everybody is a candidate for it.
Okay. Sorry, almost knocked over my water. Everything is all over the place here doing this show. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Nina. Her occupation is hearing advocate.
Mm-hmm.
What does that entail? You don't know.
She talks about it, but I think that's pretty ironic, though, right?
She's a hearing advocate. I don't know who she. Well, I guess you could talk to lots of people about it. Then her hobbies are running, hiking, reading, and photography. Her favorite sport is rugby. Her pet peeves are laziness, rudeness, and people who can't park between the lines.
You know what? I hate that too.
Well, nobody likes that.
I hate it too. I don't know if I put that as my pet peeve.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off.
No.
Especially when you're the one who drives a compact car.
But I thought no collar. Hey, I thought they were breaking the rules.
Yes.
Like white collar makes the lines, blue collar parks in the lines, and no collar, they park all over the place. And I wonder also that Nina is older. I believe she's in her early 50s.
Oh, she looks good.
I think so. More to fact check that in the chat room. But for me, I'm going to be eager to see how well she's going to be able to relate to some of the younger, crazy people on this tribe.
The eclectic people.
Yes. How is she going to overcome? One, she seems to be a pretty well-adjusted person.
Mm-hmm.
How's she going to deal with the craziness? How's she going to overcome the age difference? And also, she says she's really good at hearing when one person is talking, but if two people are talking, and crazy people also like to talk at the same time.
And over each other.
Yes. So I feel like that's
bad for podcasting.
That's a tough spot for her. Yeah. And again, thanks to Alex G and Michael Alex G, who says she's 51.
Okay. Hot stuff.
Okay. But yeah, looks great for 51.
Okay. 51's not old.
I didn't say it was. But
for 51.
Yeah.
She looks good.
Okay. She looks very good.
Yeah. I'm sure you have a lot of 51-year-olds listening.
I'm sure I do. They look great too.
Good save.
Yeah. And so her primary reason for being on Survivor would be the $1 million. She'd buy her parents first-class tickets to Japan. Secondary motivation would be for the adventure and to show people that you can overcome anything that life throws at you.
Okay.
And she wants more people to know about the cochlear implant. And now more people know about it. All the people from Rob Has a Planet know about it.
We all know.
Yeah.
Job well done.
Okay. All right. So, Nicole, what do we think about Nina?
I think just like you said, I think that she's pretty well adjusted. It's just the people that she's with, I think, would be the problem.
Yes. Now, the original first deaf survivor, she had a bit of a bumpy ride, as Mateo said about her experience. And she did not get along with all of the other younger women on the tribe. They didn't always talk to her and make her feel accepted into the group. I don't think that'll be a problem for Nina.
Yes. Well, luckily, I don't think they're going to be as catty as the women on your
I also
season.
think that Nina will try to be adjusted, because the first deaf survivor didn't really know a lot about how to play the game coming in, or after maybe. And I think Nina is somebody who I think really
she's a fan.
She really does know
She's
Survivor.
A fan. Mm-hmm.
So I think that she's not just there to say, hey, I'm here as an advocate for these good causes that I'm talking about. I'm also here to play the game.
Right.
Yeah. Now, will Nina, if she is somebody who I believe wants to be a role model and wants to go ahead and teach people about this implant and not the normal type
Not
of
the other
implants that we
implants
talk
Survivor
about
knows
on
very
Survivor,
well.
which there are also other advocates that go on Survivor for different types of implants.
Advocates.
Yes. Will Nina want to be seen as a villain potentially? Will she?
No.
Will she screw people over if necessary?
I don't think she has it in her.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. She does say that she's good at manipulating, but she sort of like puts a line between she's willing to manipulate, but maybe not to lie.
Yeah, I didn't get that sense from her that it was going to be that kind of game.
Yes. They asked her, what Survivor contestant are you most like? She says she can relate to Tina because she played the game how I would, strategically and with integrity. She's also physically fit, active, and enjoys adventure, much like myself.
I could see some Tina in her.
The I word scares me.
Oh, integrity.
I don't like it when survivors talk about integrity. And I don't think that look, I don't have any problem with integrity. I think that integrity is a good thing to have.
Just not in the game.
But I feel like just because you lie in Survivor doesn't mean you don't have integrity. I think that Tom Westman is somebody that has integrity, and I think he's somebody that lied in the game of Survivor.
Do you think it's such a terrible thing to swear on a family member?
Depends which one. No, I think. Look.
I don't see a problem with it. Like, it's a game.
Whoa.
No, seriously. Like, what does it mean?
You would swear
on me? What does
on
it really
me?
mean? What does it mean?
You would swear on me in Survivor?
Yeah.
On my life?
I would.
You would?
Because it doesn't mean anything.
And you would break it?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, I think it means something.
Well, not if
no,
you,
I hate
don't
that.
Think it does.
I don't like that. It's like the kind of thing where if you swear on, swear on your kid, swear on your mom, swear on your this, swear on your dog.
Like if I swear to you and I know that I'm lying, what does it mean?
It means that something bad will happen.
It does
to the
not.
person
Come
that you
on.
swear on.
Come on.
That's the thing. It's like, but. It's almost like it's like an automatic lie detector. If you're going to go with that, it's like if you don't want to swear on it, then the person will vote you out. So you're in a position where you have to say.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, but you swore on your dog.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Give it up.
All right. So what do you think about Nina?
I like Nina, but I think that she might be on the wrong tribe.
She could be on the wrong tribe. Yeah, I feel like Nina might be better suited like on the white collar tribe, the tribe that's going to be a little more low, a little more low key than this tribe, which I think is going to be sort of cuckoo crazy.
Cuckoo crazy, for
and
sure.
I feel like that they might say like, hey man, let's vote out the old person.
Yeah.
Older person. Oldest person.
The oldest person on the tribe.
Oldest person on the tribe.
Not elderly.
Not elderly.
No.
Definitely not elderly, but the oldest person in the group. And I feel like, hey, we're the no-collar tribe. We're here to party.
Yeah.
And they may...
Let's smoke the sand.
Smoke the sand? You can smoke sand?
You could smoke anything.
Yeah. Wow. So I feel like that Nina could be in a tough spot, and I wonder if she could be maybe a person who's targeted early. In this group.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
I hope not. All right. Let's take... Scott has some questions from you guys about Nina. Let's go from Snazzy Bean. Says, I'm 51. Bean. You're my favorite person ever now, Nicole.
Oh, good. You're my favorite person, Snazzy Bean.
You're like the best person ever.
I'm the best mother effer ever.
Yes. So, Scott, let us know if we have another question about Nina, or we'll move on to our next person here. Okay. So we're gonna move on because we still have 16 more questions. Again, if you have questions about the people we're talking about, send them in #RHAP on Twitter or at robswebsite.com/YouTube. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk to Haley Ford. All right, here is
We're
Haley.
not going to talk to her.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about her.
We're going to talk about
That's
you.
a good catch. That's a good catch. We'll talk about Haley Ford. She goes to law school. She's a public defender. She's no collar, of course. Person who claimed to fame is catching a huge wave last winter in Kauai. Kauai?
Kauai. Not Kauai.
Kauai. Kauai, man. Okay, so her hobbies are surfing, jiu-jitsu, motorcycles, whatever comes my way. We need to set her up with Woo, I think.
I think she's full of it.
She's full of it? You think she's a poser?
I'm not buying it.
Like John Fincher?
John Fincher is a poser.
Oh, no. 3 words to describe you are tenacious, free, and focused. What do you think about that?
Have you ever heard like a lawyer being described as tenacious?
Yeah, I think you want a tenacious
Maybe
lawyer.
not tenacious, but as carefree and.
Yeah, I think free is the word that you probably don't want your lawyer. Like, I think ideally, but your free lawyer is probably not that good.
But she's a public defender.
Yes, like Saul. Like Saul Goodman.
And Eliza.
Yeah. Survivor contestant you're most like. Parvati. She's
Duh,
fun, vivacious,
yeah.
but more than meets the eye. Always planning, calculating risks, both strategic and social. She's physically strong and undaunted by rejection and resistance. We also have matching tats. Whoa. What tattoos does Parvati have?
She's got a few tattoos.
Her and Haley got matching tattoos?
I guess they're besties.
What does it say?
Is
BFF?
Probably.
BFF? Wow.
Probably, yeah.
Man, Parvati has such a spell over some of these women Survivor players. And some of the men Survivor players. All right, so they asked her, if you could have 3 things out on the island, what would they be and why?
Oh.
All right, 1, you're right?
My foot fell asleep.
All right, Nicole's foot fell asleep. Hopefully none of you guys did, but
Yeah.
Nicole's foot is asleep. All right, if you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be and why? Law school, bar, review book. So she could stay sharp and it could double as a journal.
Okay, well that's good.
All right, then 2, a pen and a journal. So she needs
But she already
2
has
journals. Okay.
Let's think about this.
And then she's going to map out her strategy in the journal.
Someone might steal it.
Yeah, pretty bad idea.
You don't write that stuff down.
That's a pretty bad idea to map out your strategy in a journal
That's like
on Survivor.
committing a crime
Yeah,
and then writing about it. Like, you're a lawyer.
right. That's
You
like
should know this.
in The Water Boy when Henry Winkler's notebook got stolen. It was bad. And number 3. All right, Nicole, tell me what she's trying to say about this. The number 3 thing she would bring on the island is a ukulele because it lifts the spirits and it could become useful in other non-musical ways.
Is it gonna like hammer something? I feel like it would break.
Hammer something.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to look into that. Okay. Why you'll survive Survivor? They said she's immediately resourceful. Last summer, she caught a fish in a plastic grocery bag while camping and cleaned and cooked the fish for friends. What do you think of that?
I think that's weird.
It's a little odd. It's a little odd.
Well, I guess it matches the tribe.
I guess so. So she's no collar.
But I guess she could fish. That's a good thing, right?
Again, about
I hope
her.
they have plastic bags.
Yes.
They don't in Los Angeles.
Yes, that was this bag ordinance. You got to
Yes.
bring your own bag. And so she's from Northern California, so she should be okay.
Yeah.
Um,
She's got plenty of bags.
Also, but she's like a country girl. She says she loves her sweet tea. She's like a dude on the inside. Whoa. There you go. Like a dude on the inside. And she wants to make an alliance with the tall guy with blonde curly hair. Do we know who she's talking about?
Is it Tyler? Is that his name?
Is
With
it?
the glasses?
I'm not sure if it's Tyler or if it's actually one of the guys from her team. I'm not sure if maybe it's is it Joe? I'm not sure who is the tall guy with blonde curly hair.
Yeah.
If she said in any other interviews, go ahead and let us know in the chat room as well. So, what do we think about Haley? She seems like a free spirit.
She does
Seems like she's got spunk.
I feel like in the videos she seems a little more high-strung than she does like describing herself.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
I didn't notice too high strung,
Okay.
especially for a no collar.
Or maybe like wound a little tight.
Wound tight. You hate that.
I do hate
You
that.
hate that. That's one
do.
of the things that you always say you hate.
Because I'm carefree.
You're carefree.
Uh-huh.
Hate the wound tight people. What do we think? What about a showmance? You think we could see a showmance
I think
here?
so. She's very pretty.
Very pretty.
She's very pretty.
Of course. She also says, got to make big moves.
Okay.
Got to make big moves.
But
I
do you
also,
think she's seen the show before?
no,
To know what these big
no,
moves
I do
are?
not. I do not believe
Okay.
that she has seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that she's talking about big moves, I think that's also like part and parcel to people that really have not seen a lot of Survivor.
Just
they
Parvati
fall-
seasons.
They fall into the got to
Yeah.
make big moves trap.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about Haley. I think
Yeah.
she'll be okay in the early going, but
I think if she partners up with the right people
yeah.
or a dude that's going to protect her.
All right, let's go ahead and take a question from you guys as we're talking about Haley. Here is what you guys are saying. This is from Paula. It says, Is it possible that all these women are comparing themselves to Parvati because they met her pregame? Oh, that's a good point. Parvati was out there. Her and Gordon Holmes were out there.
But then they would have to know her. I mean, like they know.
Maybe they're like, who's that over there? Who's that with the microphone? Like, oh, that's Parvati.
Like, oh, that's Parvati.
Yeah, she's strong and smart.
I don't know. But I think that they go back and they at least watch the seasons.
Yeah,
that she's
she did
on.
know about the matching tattoos. Oh, I guess maybe she saw that there. That's creepy. You think that it's like a single white female thing?
It could be. It could be.
Do you think that she was like, boy, I'm going out on Survivor. Gotta play like Parvati. If I get a Parvati tattoo.
How can I become Parvati?
Yes.
Tattoo.
Yes. You like that move.
I wouldn't personally, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to go.
I guess so. We'll see if it works.
We'll see how it goes. I feel like Haley should be okay in the early going. I feel like she's not going to be too out there. But
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great about her long-term prospects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel like she could be either. The thing about somebody like Haley is like if you don't get her right before the merge, she's somebody that can hang around for a while.
Yeah. Totally.
So we'll see.
But she's cute. She might.
She might.
She might.
All right. All right. So there we go. Those are the 3 women that we're going to see on the No Collar Tribe. Let's talk about some of the men.
All right.
Some of these guys from the No Collar
Let's
Tribe.
talk about the dudes.
All right. Here he is. Will Sims 2, Nicole.
He looks familiar.
Yes.
He looks very familiar.
Will Sims. Of course, he is a resident of Sherman Oaks, California. His occupation is listed as a YouTube sensation.
No collar.
Yes.
Mhm.
His claim to fame is being a husband and a father. That's
you
not what
too.
That's that's not what I thought he was going to put.
Yeah.
His inspiration in life is God.
Okay.
His hobbies are basketball, karaoke, and traveling. His favorite sport is basketball. He's most like Earl.
Nothing to brag about, buddy.
What? Earl was a winner.
He was boring.
Earl, he wasn't that boring.
He was pretty boring. I think of all the winners, he's a pretty boring winner.
He was
How many people are like, yo, you got to get Earl on the show?
It hasn't come up a lot.
Okay, exactly.
But it has had people have said that. A couple people have just said that before.
A
It's not-
couple.
A couple. They asked him, what are the 3 things you can have on the island? A phone, so he could communicate with his family.
Okay, who doesn't want a phone?
Lotion. Got to keep his skin moisturized so he won't be ashy on TV.
Well, you got to look good for the cameras.
You don't want to be ashy.
Hmm.
That's a big thing.
Or assy.
Yes. I make sure I stay moisturized at all times.
He does.
Yes.
True story.
I don't want to get ashy either.
Hmm.
And number 3, toilet paper. That's obvious.
Duh.
Yeah. So, okay. His pet peeves are people who can't admit when they're wrong and people who don't tip.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you know in Australia they don't tip?
No,
not a
I
thing?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Another reason to move to Australia.
Yeah, you want
I don't understand this tipping thing.
to be in Australia.
No one tips me.
Yes. All right. Well, I feel like that you are not in a cash business.
Well, then we need to change. Like,
As
why
a
do I have to
nurse,
pay more?
I feel like
for
that's
my
a
meal?
weird move.
But why do I have to pay
in the-
more
in the
for my meal
hospital.
at a restaurant?
You know, here. Thanks for taking care of my baby. Here's a 10.
I'm taking care of your baby. I think I deserve more than a 10.
Yes. Okay. Also, Will Sims 2, Will Sims the second, is also, his claim to fame.
Being a father and a husband.
Well, in addition to that,
Yes.
he was on the Jay Leno. He got punked at the gas station and then sang karaoke.
One of my dad's favorite videos, by the way.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I told Nicole's dad is a big Jay Leno fan. I told
Yes.
him about that. He said, "Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on Survivor." So Nicole, he's also a Bon Jovi fan.
Oh, me too.
Yes. So you and Will Sims could go out and sing karaoke Bon Jovi together.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Yes.
So down for that.
You would be excited for
I
that.
would be so down for that. And
All
he
right.
lives nearby.
Yes, he's in the valley. All right. So Will Sims, let's talk about him. I don't think that Will Sims he's watching a lot of karaoke, I feel like, but he's not watching a lot of the Survivor. I feel like he's coming in. He knows who Earl is. Give him credit on that. But not getting the sense that he's a guy that really knows what he's doing here. He says that he feels like, hey, Survivor 30, it's like I got the Willy Wonka golden ticket. Hope it goes better for Will Sims than it does for a lot of those other kids that got that Willy Wonka ticket.
Yeah.
Doesn't end well for a lot of people.
It doesn't.
Oompa loompa doopity doo. I've got a karaoke song for you. Yeah. So what do we think for Will Sims?
I'm sorry, Will, but I think he's a pre-merge boot.
Yeah.
Pre-jury.
Yes. Can you give me a Bon Jovi song for Will Sims?
Shot through the heart, Will.
Shot. You're giving Survivor a bad name?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, Will Sims too.
Yeah.
Will Sims too. I'm worried about Will Sims.
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly this is gonna go. All right. So let's go ahead and see if we have some questions from you guys. I think Scott says we got something about Will. All right. Here is from Project Mobius. Will hasn't seen a lick of Survivor. Could he go out before Nina? What do you think? Give me a... Okay, who you got? Nina or Will Sims?
Nina or Will Sims? I'm going to go with Will.
I think he's going to have a good temperament. I think he's going to have a good social game. Like, I think he's a likable guy. So I think that they're not going to want to get rid of him. It's going to come down to how's he going to do in the challenges. I mean, he plays basketball. I think he's going to be athletic. In a tribe of 6, you don't want to vote out somebody who's going to be good in the challenges. So I feel like if they go to tribal council, I think this group might say, we need Will. He's going to help us in the challenges, but I feel like, Nina's athletic too. I know she goes hiking and does stuff like that.
I feel like this group of people, I don't think we can predict how they're going to behave or think.
Yeah, but I feel like a bartender is going to be able to fit in with this group. I feel like this group isn't going to say, let's keep around the bartender.
He's a bartender?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was just YouTube sensation.
He's a YouTube sensation and a bartender, and also a dad and a father. A father and a husband.
A dad and a father.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, you could be a father and not a dad.
It's true.
That's true. All right. Let's take another question about Will Sims 2. This is from Pat is cool. What if there's no service on his phone on the island? Well, I've seen enough Sprint family rewards to know that this phone service always seems to work on Survivor. I've also seen a coconut phone work on Survivor and a coconut BlackBerry.
Yeah.
So I think that the service should not be an issue for Will's phone.
Nice try.
I think that should be fine. And then also this is from Jigglyus John. Do you think Will
Best
might
name.
be like a Wanda Sykes? Well, why would he be like a Wanda Sykes?
Maybe he's funny.
He's funny like a Wanda Sykes? Sure.
Yes.
I guess he could be like a Wanda Sykes, but I don't think that would be if you gave me 1,000 guesses of what do you think Will be like. I don't think I would have gotten to Wanda Sykes.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Probably not. All right. So there's Will Sims. What do you say? Thumbs up or thumbs down for Will Sims? I say thumbs down overall, but I think he's not going to be the first one out of his tribe.
No, but we'll still do karaoke.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Joe. Here's Joe Anglum.
He's got such rosy cheeks. Look at him.
Rosy cheeks. Joe, I don't know if you can see this on here. He wins the longest bio of the season here. I don't know if you guys.
And this is all like they handwrite this stuff, right?
I'm not sure. I think they might be able to email it at this point.
Same thing. I mean, it's not like they're talking and someo's transcribing. They're actually writing this.
Yeah, but handwriting.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Typing is
You know what I
actually two
meant.
different things. So Joe, again, I feel like there's a sweet spot on this. We're gonna get to the person who has the shortest bio of the night. That's like 3 lines.
Let's get to the sweet spot.
And yeah, I think that you want to be right in the middle. Like this speaks to me as can't shut up. The other side.
I feel like yours would be 4 pages.
No, I mean, actually, I've done this twice. Neither one was 4 pages. Neither one is as long as Joe Anglum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Joe, he's from Arizona. People call him MacGyver Joe.
MacGruber.
MacGruber. Hopefully not MacGruber Joe. Hopefully he does better than MacGruber. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
It's definitely not 5 seconds, MacGruber.
MacGruber Joe. All right. So his occupation is a jewelry designer.
Ooh la la.
Yes. He went to Joe.
Is it like diamonds or is it like beach beads?
I'm not sure.
Because there's a big difference.
Yeah, Jerry Manthi's a jewelry designer too. He went to Jerry.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Did he go to Joe or did he go to Jerry?
Does he use spoons or does he use real jewelry?
I'm not sure. So he has he won a state championship for his senior year of high school for basketball.
Sounds like an Al Bundy thing to say.
His hobbies are he enjoys anything that allows him to work with his hands. Whoa. Metalworking, painting, drawing, welding. He loves outdoors. You name it. Hiking, climbing, hunting, camping, etc. All right, pet peeves.
This is my favorite.
I feel like we haven't done enough with the pet peeves tonight. Bad hygiene, rude, inconsiderate people, and that person with really nasty coffee breath who has no idea what personal space is. When that last person to use the bathroom doesn't replace the empty toilet paper roll, and when someone is telling a story and every other word is like. You know what my pet peeves are?
What?
People that have like 9 pet peeves.
What would you put as your pet peeves?
My pet peeves. I would have to say, people that don't like podcasts.
Mine is people who podcast.
People who want to beat me up. And
who wants to beat you up?
Well,
you're a grown man.
Well, that's one of my pet peeves. And also, people who make me leave the house. Those are my big pet peeves. So people don't like podcasts. People want to beat me up, and people who make me want to leave the house.
It sounds really nerdy.
Well, that's you asked.
Yeah.
All right. So with Survivor contestant you're most like, there's so many players that he can relate to in different ways in terms of gameplay. You'd have to say that he's some combination of Malcolm and Ozzy. I say I buy it. All right, Nicole, what are you thinking about Joe?
All right, first go around, I felt like, oh, I like this guy. But then upon my review, I said, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he's like too in touch with his feelings.
And no one likes
Survivor.
that.
Well, here's the thing for Survivor. Here's the trick to playing Survivor. Survivor isn't about being in touch with your feelings.
You gotta check your feelings at the
Survivor
door.
is about being in touch with everybody else's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So Survivor isn't about being all like, I'm feeling this today, I'm feeling this today, I'm feeling this today. Survivor is about how are you feeling today?
Mm-hmm.
Or how are you doing today?
Yes.
And it's about taking the temperature of the other people. Doesn't matter how miserable you are. It's about knowing what the other people
or
are
how
doing.
happy you are. No one wants to hear about how happy you are.
I'm looking at this essay, and I'm feeling like I think Joe is too much in Joe's head and not too much in other people's head.
Everybody else's.
They asked him about why will you be the sole survivor? Okay? You tell me when you're bored. With every season I watch, I can't help but imagine that I'm actually in the game playing. My brain goes into game/strategy mode, and I put myself in the shoes of the current contestants and analyze how I would deal with the conflicts each is faced with. Of course, it's different when you're sitting at home on the couch and know what every player is thinking. However, I feel that I'm well-rounded enough, athletic enough, and mentally strong enough to adapt to the people I'm with. I'm confident in the life skills I possess, and I feel that I can maintain my focus despite all the other personal and crazy things in the game that may or may not throw my way. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, Joe.
Wake me up when it's over.
MacGyver Joe.
5 seconds.
Yeah. So he describes himself as creative, compassionate, and charismatic. All right. Now, is he the curly-haired blonde guy?
It could be. I mean, there's some nice little curls.
Yeah. He looks. I feel like a little bit like. I feel like he's like looks like Hayden in a wig.
Yeah. He's a very nice nose.
Nice nose. It's a good nose for Survivor. But will he be able to sniff out what's going on, Nicole? He's a believer in karma. He's a big, strong guy. I feel like he should be okay in the early going, although it did not necessarily mean that Garrett was okay for being a big, strong guy
No, that
the last time we
wrong.
saw 3 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your take on this?
I'm not feeling good on Joe.
Yeah, I think that Joe is going to be okay to start, but I'm not thinking he's getting too close.
He's not long term. Things are going to get to him.
He's cry? Yes? All right, so we'll see. Hopefully nobody will go ahead and use the word like too much.
Yes, like totally.
He wants, on the island with him, he wants an ice chest, a toothbrush, yeah, because his teeth will feel grimy, and a loaded up iPod because he loves listening to music.
Well, who doesn't? Okay,
lots of Joe comments Scott is saying coming in. Here's what you guys have to say about Joe. This is from Igor Chip Lover in Twitter. Is Joe the same as Fabian that Alex and Wu?
Alex and Drew.
Yes, Alex, Drew, and Woo, that they all are surfers. Do you think he can win or lose because he's a surfer? Well, I think that whether or not you're a surfer has nothing to do with whether or not you can win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that surfer is, I mean, technically you're probably good in the water, but I don't think that necessarily is a great indicator if you're a surfer. This is from Cole, who says, Joe looks like a younger version of current Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner in transition?
Yes, a younger version of the current Bruce Jenner. I'm not going to touch that, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go to Rachel. Rachel Coper says, Joe seems high maintenance. I don't think it's going to fly on the island. Hashtag first boot. All right, calling your shots, Rachel.
There you go.
I don't think he's the first boot. I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
The first boot, I feel like, is somebody who just is out of touch with what's going on, and somebody who is typically somebody who's not, liked within the group. I think he's going to be liked.
I feel like he's going to be easily offended, though.
Offended?
Yes, because he's so much in his own head.
I think Joe is going to be all right in the first couple of boots.
Yeah.
I really do.
Okay.
Okay. And you think Joe will have a surfboard on the island? What do you think about that?
Sure.
Yeah, I think we're good on Joe surfing questions.
Yes.
From Igor. And we have one more. JJ Rules. Will Joe do a strategy like Bob Crowley of making fake idols? Well, he is a jewelry maker. That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Uh-huh.
Now, Bob Crowley was pretty amazing when it comes to making the idols. The question I would have is, how much Survivor has Joe seen? I mean,
I don't think much.
He knows that Ozzy exists. Ozzy hasn't played since South Pacific, so that's something.
Maybe that's just the season that he was told to watch.
Maybe. So I feel like Joe is okay, but I'm not. I don't have high hopes for Joe. Sounds like from what I'm looking at, I'm not a big believer in what's going on here at the no-collar tribe. I don't feel like a no-collar is going to come out ahead in this game.
It doesn't seem so.
All right, let's do one more no-collar person, and then our first tribe is in the books. It's Vince. Vince Sly. What a sly Vince.
Oh, Vince.
All right, Vince, 32, no collar. He's a coconut vendor.
What is a coconut vendor?
Somebody that sells coconuts.
Where does one sell these things?
I guess on the beach. You got to watch out for Tyson and Jervis, too.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You don't want a coconut bandit if you're a coconut vendor.
Yes. And in addition...
But in the videos, it said he was a life coach.
Yes, and he's a life coach. That's what he says. He's really proud of his life coaching.
Have you ever been around a life coach?
I have from time to time.
What is your experience with a life coach?
Boy.
Or not seeing one, just being around one.
Yeah, the life coach, I mean, some of them have some good stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Franny is a life coach. I sat down.
I feel like Franny is an exception. She's an exceptional life coach.
I sat down with Franny, who's also an exception to what I was saying about First Boots, because she's very likable. She's just got
she's very smart. Yeah.
Yes. Ironically, she was a First Boot twice, but I think that was just one after one time.
Survivor's just not for her.
She just had momentum. Yeah, at that time. But Franny does some life coaching. I sat down with Franny and I recorded a special dating and relationship podcast recently. I'm gonna have that up by the end of this week for Valentine's Day.
Ooh la la.
Yes. But yeah, do you want Vince Sly coaching your life?
I have been around a few life coaches before, and unsolicited advice is one of my pet peeves.
Yes.
Put it down officially.
I can vouch for that. Nicole hates advice.
I don't hate advice. I hate unsolicited advice.
Yes. That's big, though.
It's big.
Yes. Also, Nicole...
because I already know everything.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. So, I think maybe I would like to have Vince as my life coach.
Would you like him on as your friend in Survivor?
I don't know.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
I think because I feel like I need more feathers in my hair.
You do.
Yes, I think that would be.
I think we need to shave over here and flop the hair over.
Yes, that doesn't mean that you're Illuminati, right?
You can't talk about that.
Okay, I won't talk about that. All right, so 3 words to describe you are magnetic, unconventional, and intelligent.
Okay.
Magnetic.
Yes.
Whoa.
Ooh, getting drawn to the screen.
Yes, like Magneto. I hope he doesn't take all of Joe's jewelry.
Yikes.
All right. Survivor contestant that you're most like. I'm flirty and use my sex appeal like Parvati, but does he have a matching tattoo?
Sorry.
And then he also has a bit of Coach and Fabio too.
I could see the Fabio, but that's just with looks.
Yes, and he has feathers in his hair like Coach.
Like Coach. True.
Okay. So they asked him also, what are your pet peeves? Snoring, people that are lazy, passive and entitled, people that are lazy, passive, and entitled. Also, he hates getting junk stuck in his teeth.
Welcome to Survivor.
Yes.
This doesn't sound like the right place for you.
That wasn't what I thought you were going to say.
What was I going to say?
That wasn't what I thought you were going to say. And his hobbies are dancing, storytelling, and art of all kinds. What kind of stories do you think he's going to tell?
I bet they involve feather dancing.
Will he tell any fan fiction?
Probably.
Fan fiction. I'm like a storyteller. That's what I do.
He also describes himself as a complex, dynamic individual.
Okay.
To me, Vince Sly does not belong on Survivor Worlds Apart. Vince, to me, belongs in the Utopia compound. He needs to go build a new society that's at a compound. He reminds me of the guy that ended up but the last guy they moved into Utopia that had like all of the animals that was back on his compound, George the alpaca, and I forget the name of all the animals that he had.
Rest in peace, Utopia.
Yeah. To me, I don't know if Vince is cut out for this game. He's too out there.
He seems like a very nice man.
Sure.
But you know what? We keep saying that nobody on this tribe is going to do well, and that they're all going to get voted out. Like, that's not going to happen.
All right, well, let's take some questions about Vince. And, there's a couple people that we are going through this, and I just look at their bios, and then I say, I can't wait for Corinne to get here. I can't wait for Corinne. Where's Corinne?
Yes.
I wish Corinne was here right now. I'm sure Corinne will have a lot to say about Vince.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and hear what you guys are saying. Here is from the basketball boss.
Ooh la la.
Do you think Vince is closer to a Philip Shepard type crazy or a Drew Christie type crazy, or is he somewhere in between? What do you think, Nicole? Does he seem like maybe he's basically a badass?
So, basically, I'm a badass.
What do you
I
think
feel
of
like
that?
he's a badass of a different kind.
Why? What kind? I don't think he's like.
I think he's a mellow. I don't think he's crazy. I just think that I think that he's just different.
Different, not crazy.
Not crazy.
Okay. Let's take one from Chris Nichols. Vince wins the Loves Himself Award, narrowly beating out Joe and Joaquin. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's go to Grant, who says, I think Vince might be a strong villain this season. I get that vibe from him. Are you getting a villain vibe from him?
Totally not, but
Yes.
okay.
Yes. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think he's going to be a villain. I think if anything,
I don't think anybody on this tribe is villain-like.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting a villain from Vince. If anything, I feel like he might be a guy that is just sort of like marching to the beat of his own drummer.
Totally.
But I don't see him as somebody who's going to be like a mean person to anybody else that's in this season.
He's a life coach. He can't be mean to anybody.
Yeah, his business would go down the tubes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking about the coconut business.
So was
yeah.
I.
Orange Shaw says, would you trust Vince or Coach as your life coach? Well, I feel like Coach Ben Wade has a track record. I mean, I feel like that guy has it going on. He knows what he's doing. He's been on Survivor 3 times. He's married. He's got 2 kids. I feel like he's Symphony. He's got women's soccer.
But this guy's making
he made his own movie.
A career out of selling coconuts.
Well, there's a big market for coconuts. Yeah. He's a coconut dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. I always in 5 years in the show, I love that Nicole always will stop talking as I take a drink. That is exactly the same from the day we started the podcast. If I go to take a drink, Nicole will freeze like a deer in the headlights to stop talking.
I don't do it on purpose. I feed off of your conversation. If you're not saying anything, neither am I.
Yes. I try to see what's the longest question I can ask Nicole, and then try to take a drink
It's
of
not
water.
like you take a drink and I go like, and
Yeah.
I stare at the camera like I don't know what to do.
Yes.
I'm just not picking up on what you're putting down.
All right. Bill Simmons wants to know, do you think weed is Vince's luxury item? I don't believe so. First off, I know for a fact weed is not Vince's luxury item.
Why? How do you know?
You don't get luxury items anymore.
That's why.
That's right. All right. And one more question from, but first, nearly everyone has mentioned Vince in their Gordon Holmes interview. Do you think this will affect his game? Well, it looks like he's on the radar of everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be a good athlete, though. So
I think so too. Yeah, he looks like he's built pretty well.
yeah. So I think he's going to be okay. I mean, I don't think he's going to be
And he's
come
got
out
feathers, so I think that would help him.
and be a lunatic. All right, let's look at this tribe as a whole one more time now that we've seen it. First question for you: do you think the two younger women will get along?
Well, this chick, what's her name?
Haley and Jen.
Jen doesn't like other girls.
Doesn't like other girls. She wants to be with the
align
guys.
with the guys.
Okay, so which of the guys do you think that Jen will work with?
Well, by the looks of this here, it looks like there's something going on.
Oh, so you think in the cast picture,
Look at
you're
that.
already looking at, look at you, you're sly.
Yeah, look at this body language here.
Here's Vince and Haley. You think that they're too close together in the picture.
Oh, he's got his hand on her. She's leaning in.
Yeah, that's
Look, it's
interesting.
even a shape of a heart right here.
Okay, and so we've got, you think that Vince and Haley could link up.
It looks like they're linked.
Okay. And so then how does that go? Can you get a third person with them? Do they get Joe with them?
It would have to be another dude. It's not going to be another chick.
Get another guy. So
Yeah.
you're like a guy. It's two guys, one girl.
Two guys, one girl.
And then they need a fourth person.
Uh-huh.
So who's on the outside looking in? So you think it's
Maybe it's one of these guys.
You think Joe and Vince and Haley could get together?
I do.
Okay. Well then, do you think that Jen could work with these guys? I think Jen is pretty savvy.
I think that she can then work with these guys, and then these two are on the outs.
Okay, so then you think that it is going to be we're going to see Nina and Will Sims 2 on the outs,
Yes.
and then ultimately you think the first person out in this group could be who?
First person out. I'm sorry. It would out of this here. I said before. Will
Yes.
is going to be the first one out.
Will, okay, you think Will will be the first person out.
Yeah.
I think that's possible. It depends how he does at the challenges.
That's why I paused, because
If-
I think the challenges are going to play a.
I think if he's an ace in the
Play a role.
challenges, I think that then I think it would be Nina. I think if he
Yeah.
sucks in the challenges,
He doesn't
then
look like he's very fast.
yeah, I'm not sure if he's slowing them down.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure.
Unless the challenge is like some sort of karaoke Bon Jovi thing, then he's got it nailed. But
Okay, we'll see. That has not come up
it
yet.
hasn't come up in.
Through 29 seasons
Yeah.
of Survivor.
But
All
you know
right.
what? They're always changing it up.
All right, Nicole. Let's get ready to discuss our next tribe. Can you believe it? Only one tribe down, two to go.
Is this going to be 3 hours?
No, well, if we're lucky, if we're lucky, it'll be 4 hours.
Yeah, lucky was the word I was looking for.
Yes. Okay.
Completely.
So we are getting ready. We're going to talk about the blue collar tribe, Nicole's tribe, her people.
Yeah, these are my peeps.
We're going to talk about them coming up next. I just want to take a moment and thank everybody who's listening to Rob's podcast on the Rahap app. Nicole, do you have the Rahap app?
I do.
You do?
I do.
For real?
You download it on my phone.
That's right. That's right. That's why you have it.
Yes.
Rahap app available for iOS and Android.
Wowzer.
You can get all of the Robin's podcast shows, also all the post-show recap shows that we're doing, and also reality TV Rahap Ups. And coming tomorrow on reality TV Rahap Ups, Mike Bloom is hosting the Miss Survivor debate reaction show
Wow.
with Haley Strong
Oh,
and
you
Jessica
have your
Lees.
own after show.
Yes, we're going to have a
You made it.
reactions to the Miss Survivor debates. Mike Bloom is going to be answering with the panel a bunch of questions about the debates. You could hear all of reality TV Rahap Ups also
Sounds like a
on
good show.
the Rahap app. All right, so blue collar people, the hard-working salt of America. They're there to work hard with their hands and for the good people.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, blue collar people. What do we think?
Oh, so much.
All right, so. All right, let's talk about the blue-collar people one at a time, and then we'll circle back to them as a group. And our first person, in the blue collar tribe. Stop me if you heard this before. It's Lindsay.
All right, let's stop you right there.
Also a hairdresser.
Also a hairdresser.
Also a hairdresser. This is hairdresser Lindsay too. She is from College Park, Florida, and she's got a lot to say. She's flirty. She's energetic. She's proud of herself in general. She's building a human being is a pretty cool landmark. She also, her hobbies are working out, cooking, and anything artistic. Her pet peeves are know-it-alls. People that talk too much. Laziness, annoying accents, and people who push their beliefs on people. I think there's also a winky face emoticon. 3 words.
So she's kind of like passive aggressive. Like, I hate you. Ha.
3 words to describe you are crazy in the best way.
Getting that.
AKA the worst way. Competitive and quirky. And if you got 3 things on the island, those would be pictures of my family, waterproof mascara, and vodka. Whoa.
Yeah. I feel like she's going to be the girl where you're like, you need to take a chill pill. Just sit down.
Yeah. I think that I just feel like we've seen this before.
Yeah. Sit down, keep quiet.
We've seen this before. She tells us that she is also, she says nothing can break her. Nothing can break me. Nothing can get her to quit. Cut to day, yeah.
Needing the waterproof mascara.
Yes, she also, that's funny. She says also that she gets very hungry and her friends have to carry snacks because she gets so cranky that people need to carry food to give her because she gets so cranky. Yeah. Not good.
That's cray-cray.
That's not good. Also, did you happen to check out the bathing suit that Lindsay is wearing?
I did not.
Okay, I'll point it out the next time that she comes up on the.
Is it behind me?
It's not yet. I'll point it out when it comes up. This picture is cropped, so we have it's a headshot. But I'd love to get your take on that.
Okay.
Also, this is somebody on the list of I can't wait for Corinne to get here. All right, Nicole, tell me what do you think about Lindsay?
I think that she's too high energy.
Yeah.
And I think that she needs to take a Xanax.
They asked her, what Survivor contestant are you most like? She says, I most relate to Sierra from Blood vs. Water because she's a young mom, a hairstylist, and she made big moves.
Yep.
When it mattered most. She's hardworking and competitive. I'm all that plus strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she hasn't really seen the show.
I think if you're one person that you relate to, with all due respect to former 2014 Miss Survivor finalist Sierra Easton, I feel like that's sort of a weird person to pick. That's the person I'm the most like. Unless you're playing with your mom and you're saying that I'm going to vote my mom out like Sierra. Like there are tons of other single
moms that have come out to play Survivor.
I'm trying to think of top. I'm sure there have.
Jenna Lewis.
Yes, it's Jenna Lewis. Yeah, by the way, that's the Lindsay bathing suit.
This is the new style.
That's the new style.
This is the new style. I'm actually picking up one.
Really?
Yes.
It's sort of a spider web.
Yes. Or like a Zorro thing.
That's what. So you like that?
You
say thumbs up.
No, I wouldn't say thumbs up, but it is a new style.
I feel like, fashion aside, I feel like that's not the kind of bathing suit that's going to hold up well on Survivor.
It is actually going to hold up well.
Why do you say that?
Because it's being held up, like, from all angles.
Okay. All right. Well, I also have a feeling we're not going to really get to see how 39 days is going to affect an article of clothing like that one.
Yes. Would it be something I would bring on Survivor? Probably not.
Okay. Well, I should hope not.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and take some questions if you guys have any comments about Lindsay. All right. All right. So Paulino says, I feel like Lindsay should be on the no-collar tribe. What do you think? Yeah, I feel like this is a mistake that she's not on the no-collar tribe.
But she's a hairdresser. She has a job.
I guess so, but shouldn't her no-collarness outweigh the job that she happens to have?
I guess.
I mean, she gets tattoos. She's got all sorts of like crazy hair.
I guess.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Okay. So I say thumbs down on Lindsay. I see her out early if she makes the merge.
She could be a first boot.
Yeah, if she makes the merge, I'll wear that bathing suit that she has.
I hope she makes the merge. I hope she makes the merge.
Yes. I'll wear it around the house.
Can you wear? You have to change it to your profile picture too.
Yeah, perfect. All right, that'll be great. All right.
Lindsay, come on, bring it home.
All right. Let's keep moving here. For Lindsay.
I can't get that
again.
out of my head.
We'll go ahead and wait for Corinne for more talk about that.
Can we tell her about this bet?
Yeah, well, Corinne, I think is gonna have my back on this one.
She might have your back, but I think she would have the same reaction too, that she hopes that Lindsay makes it to the merge now.
So she could see that?
Yes.
I feel like that's the kind of thing Corinne doesn't want to see either.
I feel like that's something that she would want to see and make fun of.
Okay. I don't know.
She'd whip out the binder.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our next person here. It's Kelly. All right, here is Kelly. And Kelly, I believe, has the shortest bio in Survivor history. If you could make this out on the paper. Like you could put Kelly's thing on an index card.
I feel like
tonight.
that's what mine would look like.
Yeah, because you would get bored and stop writing the questions. All right, Kelly. She's a state trooper, former bartender. She's 44, from Grand Island, New York. Where's Grand Island, New York?
Probably upstate.
Yeah, it's not Long Island?
It's not Long Island.
Okay.
Long Island isn't grand.
Her claim to fame is her career because she gets to use pepper spray, handcuffs, nightstick, and taser before I even get to walk out of the house. Whoa!
What does that mean?
That's some 50 Shades of Grey stuff right there.
Holy Christian Grey.
Nicole, did you want to go see 50 Shades of Grey?
I have not read the book, but I kind of want to see the movie.
You do want to see the
Kind
movie.
of.
Okay, now we're talking about something. You were very anti the book.
I'm very anti the book.
Yeah. So what's the difference between the book and the movie? You'd have to read the book, and you get to watch the
No,
movie?
I didn't want to read the book because all of my silly friends were like over the stupid book, and I didn't want to be like that.
Yes, you didn't want to be. You were, and you were worried that it might make you have feelings that were confusing.
I didn't want to tingle all over.
Yes. Okay. God forbid. All right. So her favorite sport, watching football and playing racquetball for Kelly.
Okay.
Also, I mean, all short things. If you could have 3 things on the island: 1, iPod; 2, bike; 3, camera.
See, I like this because she says what it is, and we don't need an explanation of why you need these things. It's pretty self-explanatory, right?
I guess so. Pet peeves: commitment. Whoa. What does that mean?
Wait, so she's using all of those tools before she leaves the house?
Yeah.
And doesn't like commitment.
Her pet peeve is commitment. They asked her what Survivor you most like, and I don't think she answered it because it's not
there.
It's not on her page. So I don't know. I don't know how much Survivor Kelly has seen.
Yeah.
So on paper, I feel like she seems like she would have the characteristics to be a good Survivor, but the fact that she does not seem to know anything about Survivor is a little disconcerting for me. Susan in the chat room also says that Grand Island is halfway between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. I guess
Upstate.
A hop, skip, and a jump from sounds like Rochester, and all of my friends up in Oswego, only maybe 2 hours away.
Yeah, I met a girl who went to Oswego not too long ago.
Did she know me?
She knew Al Roker.
Oh, okay. All right. So what are we thinking about Kelly here in the blue collar tribe? I feel like if anybody was going to be able to succeed in the blue collar tribe, though, it's got to be Kelly.
I think so too. I mean, she seems fun.
Fun, yes.
She seems fun. She was a bartender.
What part seems the most fun? The pepper spray, the nightstick, or the taser?
All of the above.
Yes.
I mean, she was a bartender, then became a cop. I feel like she seems pretty down to earth.
Yeah, I feel like she's the kind of person that she's going to work hard around the camp. She's going to be good in this blue collar tribe.
I feel like she's good at reading people.
I mean, she's a state trooper.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to have some
and even as a bartender.
Yeah. And I feel like she's going to be fine in the early part of the game, but I just feel like the game, especially if it's the kind of game that I think we're going to have this season, I feel like
What do you think we're going to have?
I think we're going to have a very fast-paced and a very strategic game. I think that's the kind of season that we're headed for.
Okay.
Based on the way that Jeff is talking about it, I think we're going to have people really playing the game well this season. I think she could be in over her head. I feel like she's not the kind of person that's going to be able to really strategize. I think she'll be fine as a worker in Survivor, I don't think she's going to be able to pick up the game as fast as she's going to need to.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have a good social game.
Game starts fast with 6 people.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to go when the bell rings.
This
Like,
guy knows.
there's no learning curve with 6 people.
Yeah.
You can't really run and hide for too
Yeah.
long. Unless you're one of these people where it's like you're on the tribe with like Mike Scoopin and RC and artists, and you're not going to go to tribal council for the whole time.
Yeah.
But then sooner or later, you're going to get exposed when you have to go to tribal council.
Yeah.
So I feel good about Kelly early on, but I don't feel great about her long-term prospects.
I can see it.
All right. So let's go ahead and I think that Scott needs to restart his computer. So I don't know if we have any Kelly comments.
Okay.
So we'll move on because we want to keep going. Nicole,
Keep it moving.
here we go. Let's talk about Sierra.
Sierra.
All right. Sierra, number 3.
Yes.
All right, Nicole, here we go. 3 Sierras
Yep.
on Survivor. Sierra Dawn Thomas. She's a cowgirl.
Mm-hmm. What is a cowgirl?
She on a steel horse she rides. Yeah, she's a cowgirl. She does barrel racing.
What is
which-
barrel racing?
See, I thought that barrel racing was that she actually raced in a barrel.
What is it?
I believe that it involves her being on a horse and going around barrels.
So it's still horse racing.
It's not horse racing. She's not like a
Well,
jockey.
she's on the
of, like,
horse,
she's
racing
not
the
in a
horse,
race
not
against
racing on
other
the
people.
barrel. So it's not barrel racing.
Yeah, it's around barrels.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a round barrel racing.
She is she's a rodeo girl. She also she can go days without food. She says she's there to win.
Mm-hmm.
She likes rodeo.
Yes.
Ironically, 3 things that she could have on the island. She wants a radio. So I'm sure that's not a typo.
Does she say why she wants the radio?
Because music makes her soul happy.
Yes. We don't need an explanation of why you need it.
I thought, Nicole, some people like to get insight on these people. Like, people don't want, like, what are the three things you want? A blanket, a pillow, and a...
Well, I need a blanket because I like to stay
bucket.
warm. Thank you. Thank
Alright.
you. Because everyone else wants to be cold.
People like to get as much information as they can
I think
from
that's
these
still
things.
getting information.
All right. They asked her, also, she wants a notepad and pen.
To
'cause
write?
She likes to write down her thoughts and goals.
Okay.
And number 3, chocolate milk, because I can literally drink a gallon in 2 days. You can do that.
I can.
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem like that would be good on Survivor.
Yeah, I think, first off, I'm not sure that a half a gallon of milk a day is
Not
good
good.
anytime. Chocolate milk or regular.
Yes.
I don't think that's what ideally how you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
She also says Survivor contestant you most like Parvati,
Yeah.
hands down, because she's not overly aggressive and uses her female traits to her advantage. She's a very intelligent woman.
Parvati or Sierra?
That's what Parvati. She says of Parvati.
Oh, okay.
All right. Also, Nicole, why you'll be the sole survivor? She says I'm a 6'1" model, and most people think I'm just a pretty face, but I'm a cowgirl and a rancher. Doesn't mind doing a man's job. I'm also an extreme athlete. I played basketball, volleyball, ran track and cross country in high school. All right. So, and she goes on to say some other things. She says the big thing that she has to remember is that the people there don't actually like her. They're pretending to be nice to her. She has to remember about the game.
Mm-hmm.
But she says she's there to win.
Yeah.
What do we make about Sierra?
I think her makeup is too pretty for Survivor.
Makeup too
I
pretty
think
for
she's
Survivor.
she's too much makeup for Survivor. I think that she's in over her head.
Now, the fact that she's a which side of her is she? I mean, is she the rodeo person, or is she a model, or could she be both?
She could be both,
Mm-hmm.
but I think she's in over her head. She's too pretty.
Yeah, too pretty.
Too pretty.
Too pretty for Survivor.
And I don't mean she's too pretty to be on Survivor. I just feel like she might be high maintenance.
Yes. Will she play Survivor like a girl?
That is a rude thing to say.
No, it is not, Nicole. You're putting connotation where there is none. Didn't you watch the Super Bowl? Hashtag like a girl.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Nicole must have been napping during those commercials.
Actually, that was a very good commercial.
Yes, and so I feel like Sierra could be very good. To me, I feel like she's sort of like a Chelsea Meisner. who,
I could see what you're saying.
in addition to being a Miss Survivor finalist, also a Survivor finalist, but was somebody who didn't really have the strategy part of the game down. I mean, she basically
she hated people.
She hated people?
Chelsea, didn't she?
She hated people? I mean, I think she hated Tarzan for sure.
Isn't that what Christina Cha said to her?
I don't remember. Did she say that?
I don't know. Am I making this up?
It's entirely possible.
I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Yeah. Why do you hate people? That was one of her
Yeah.
questions. That sounds familiar. Now that
Yes.
you say it. So I feel like she could be like out of the Chelsea mold, but Chelsea did well because she was attached at the hip with
Because
somebody
she was attached to Kim.
who was a master strategist and
yes,
potentially one of the best Survivor players to ever play the game. Will Sierra be so lucky as to hitch her wagon to somebody who really knows what she's doing?
Yeah.
But I really like her.
You like Sierra?
I really like Sierra, but I just have the caveat that I'm not sure how fast she can pick up the game, and I don't know how much Survivor she's seen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
why do you like Sierra?
Because I like that she is a competitor in the challenges, and she's somebody who's not going to be, sort of a delicate flower out there. She doesn't mind seemingly being hungry, being dirty, being miserable, not having stuff around. But
I feel like that's really easy to say, though.
Easy to say,
yeah.
But she does say she goes days without eating. She eats disgusting gas station food and stuff like that. Yeah. So I feel like she could be good. I feel like she has high upside.
Okay.
My big concern, though, is how much does she know the game?
Mm-hmm.
That's the big question.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Also, Scott, let me know if we have any questions about Sierra. Otherwise, we'll move on to our next person. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Pet peeves: being late because it's disrespectful. I hate that too.
Sure you do.
People who loudly chew their food, and underachievers. At least give it an honest try. Yeah.
What do you care what other people are doing?
Okay. All right. So, what does she care?
Yeah.
It's funny. Okay, so that's Sierra Dawn Thomas. Okay, at some point, we'll be able to ding, marry, kill the three Sierras. Too early right now.
Too early.
Too early to tell right now. Okay, let's go ahead and get some Sierra questions. Let's start with Kissy Jimenez. Sierra seems like someone who will be among the first four if Castaways voted out. Ooh. How far do you think she will place? No, I think she's making the merge. She's dateable. I'm telling you.
Well, you think she's dateable for other reasons.
I think she's dateable for lots of reasons.
Watch it.
If she's going to make the merge. Watch it. Watch it. Okay? So let's go ahead and do a tweet me giant. Sierra is going to be Tulane Terry's 3.0 Survivor crush. So we'll see if she's the QT 3.14.
He really shoots for the stars.
Hey, look. The man, she hates underachievers. So
that's true.
Ian is.
They're perfect.
Look,
someone get that guy laid already.
At least give it an honest try. That's what she's saying. Let's do one more question. But first, says Sierra travels by herself most of the year. How do you think this will affect her social game?
Well, that's a good point. I think that there's a lot of things about her social game I would question.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're being such a hater.
I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not, but I am.
Yeah, Nicole, go ahead and dump out that haterade that you have
I drank it. I'm
sorry, Sierra.
I did.
Come on, Nicole.
Yeah.
She's blue collar.
Yeah.
She's blue collar, ready to go.
She's hot stuff.
Yeah, watch it. She's gonna be dateable, ladies and gentlemen.
She already is dateable.
JJ Rule says, I think Sierra will be a top 3 for Miss Survivor 2016. What do you think of that, Nicole?
I think that is correct.
I think so. I think
so too.
She could be in the mix right now.
6'1", that's tall.
That's tall. It would be our tallest Miss Survivor to date. Yes. We've never had a 6-foot Miss Survivor. All right. So, Nicole, with that, we're halfway through.
Thank God.
Yes. No, not thank God. It's like,
just kidding.
Man,
man.
All the fun is already half over.
I just want to eat dinner.
Yes. All right. Well, Nicole, we're talking about people that are talking about, I'm going to go days without eating. I'm going to go 39 days without eating.
I think they talk crap. You're not going to go 39 days without eating.
You can't get through this podcast without saying, like, I'm hungry.
Because I speak the truth.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Mike. Mike Holloway.
Yeah.
He's an oil driller.
This is a true blue-collar man.
Yeah, he's a man's man.
A man's man.
He's a man among men. That his hobbies are disc golf. I don't know how.
There's a lot of disc golf.
That's like frisbee golf.
What is that?
I think that's
'Cause
like.
he's the second person.
Yeah, I don't know how manly that is. But that's like when you take the frisbee and then there's like it's the same as golf, but instead of hitting the golf ball, you throw a frisbee.
So, are you using a putter?
No.
So why is it golf?
Instead of golf, you're gonna throw a frisbee.
You said it's just like golf, except.
That's right.
So
That's
it's
right.
not like golf.
It's the same rules as golf, but
Okay.
instead of hitting a ball with a golf club, you throw a frisbee.
So you're throwing a frisbee into the hole?
It's not a hole. It's more of like a net. But it's the same idea as golf.
So not like golf.
Yes, it's pretty much the same as golf.
It's not like golf.
It's almost exactly the same. All right. So in addition to that, he likes running and picking up the ladies. Ha ha.
Ha ha!
Yeah. I don't know.
Did he say ha ha or did you say ha ha?
He said ha ha exclamation point. All right. Pet peeves.
Do you know one of my pet peeves is when someone writes LOL or haha at the end of
What
something.
should they do to say that they're
You shouldn't
laughing?
need to say anything.
You don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
What about ROTFL?
If it's really ROTFL, you don't need to say it.
Well, how do you say if you said something that's funny and I want to acknowledge that I'm laughing?
If you want to acknowledge, that's fine. But if you have to,
Can I say to you that was very funny?
is it something that you said or that I said?
Something you said.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so if you're saying that you don't like if I'm saying a joke and then I'm adding at the end of my joke, LOL, haha, winky face, you don't like that.
Precisely.
Okay. Boy, you have a lot of rules.
No, this is a thing.
Okay. You seem a little cranky.
No, it's a thing, I swear.
You seem a little cranky.
I've said this before on the show, and
Okay.
I believe it was also another preview cast.
Okay, probably.
Yes.
All right, 3 words to describe you. Loyal, ambitious, and clever. That's fine.
Okay,
All
those
right.
are good qualities.
If you could have 3 things on the island, what would you be? He says, any ball, because I could make a game out of anything. And you hate games also.
Certain games.
Most games.
Some.
Yes. What's one game you like?
Twister.
Twist, for real?
For real.
Did not know that. All right. Any ball, he's MacGyver-ish in this case, but it would be nice to have a ball. Toilet paper, because it kind of stinks rubbing your bum with your hands. And that might be the truest thing that was ever said on a bio. That does stink. That does stink.
Yes.
And number 3, toothbrush, because it's refreshing not to have yuck mouth.
I love Mike.
Yes, Mike should be fun. Mike should be fun.
Mike, don't tell people you're laughing.
Also, Survivor contestant that you're most like. So this was a very nice shout out here. He says Cochran because he knows the game and how to move pieces. Ozzy because that dude has the best posture of anyone and he's a badass. Also, so Ozzy is basically a badass.
So basically, I'm a badass.
And
I'm
finally,
pretty sure badasses don't have good posture.
and Rob because he takes over and gives 110% of everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
He obviously meant you.
Thank you.
Obviously.
110%.
Yeah.
I'm like Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag 110%.
Yep, because he knows who you are.
Yes. Yes. So thank you. Thank you very much, Mike. All right. He says he has a never quit attitude. If I have to die, I will. I'll die before I quit.
Commitment.
He's confident in who I am and what I can and can't do. And the old fake it until you make it applies here. He's a leader. People flock with him. All right. So what do you think? What do we think about Mike with the blue collar people?
I like Mike.
Yeah.
I like him.
I think there's a lot to like here.
Yeah, I think he's fun. He seems to know the game.
Yeah. I mean, I think that he's an outdoors guy. He's a man's man.
He's a fun dude.
Wants to give 110% like me.
Yeah. He
So-
knows who you are.
Yeah. And so I think that absolutely.
Yeah.
So I feel like Mike is set up well here. Again, I feel like I'm saying this with a lot of people. I think he's got everything he needs to survive the part of the game where there's 6 people, but I feel like the glass ceiling for Mike is when we get to the merge, what's stopping Mike from being the first or second person out after the merge?
Yeah.
You know? What's stopping Mike? Oh, well, we don't want him to win immunity, so let's vote him out.
Yeah. Unless he's just so likable that people don't think that.
I mean, there are very few survivors that are of his stature, sort of like a big, strong guy, that they get to the merge and people say, oh, well, he's so likable.
I just like that guy.
Yeah, I just like that guy. Now, there could be some of these scenarios. One, the blue-collar tribe could really excel in the challenges.
Yeah.
And that's something we haven't talked about too much.
Right.
If there's any tribe that's probably set up to do well in the challenges, much like the Brawn tribe in Survivor Cagayan,
Seems like there's
probably going to be the blue-collar.
strong people here.
Could Mike be a person who gets his group together and they stick it
No,
out?
you're going to say get his groove on.
Well, I'll ask that also when we talk about the women. Could he? Now again, he did say that picking up the ladies. Is there a lady there for him to pick up? We talked about Lindsay.
No.
Not feeling that.
No.
We talked about Kelly.
No.
Sierra.
Hashtag Survivor boners.
Whoa, Nicole.
It's true.
For in general, or you're saying for Mike?
For this tribe, I think all the dudes are going to have problems.
They're going to have problems with achieving or hiding?
No, hiding.
Hiding. All right. So that'll be interesting.
Yes.
That won't be interesting to watch, but it will be.
Oh, it will.
Yeah. All right. Let's take some questions about Mike from you guys. Scott, let me know if we have any questions about Mike. But I feel like Mike is somebody who I like a lot this season, but I'm worried about him in the longevity. But right now, there haven't been a lot of people.
I have faith in Mike.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know why I'm screaming that.
All right. So Scott's saying he has questions for Mike, but Scott, I don't see them yet up on my screen. So let me know if you got them ready for it. So finally on Mike, let's just see anything else. He says that his life is constantly changing. At work, he has to adapt to what the oil well is doing.
Oh, so he's the oil driller,
Yeah,
right?
he's like Russell Hantz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so not really.
Yes. Maybe he's like I don't want to say good as to say that Russell Hantz is bad. I mean to say good like if Russell Hantz is like evil.
Like the devil
Yes.
angel.
Could he be a kinder, more gentle version of Russell Hantz?
Yeah.
One that could win a jury vote.
I feel like this is the guy you want to go to the bar with.
Yeah. Well, especially if he's going ahead and he's picking up the ladies. Could be a wingman.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on from Mike because I'm not seeing the questions showing up for me. But I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of questions here as we move on to talk about Rodney.
Oh, Rodney.
Rodney. Corinne, where are you? Corinne, come tomorrow. We got to talk about Rodney.
I'm getting creeped out just by him. I feel like he's looking at me.
Rodney should be fun.
Fun?
Yes. Rodney is blue collar from Boston.
From Boston.
He's
Boston.
The captain of the high school all-star football team and the basketball team.
Again, very Al Bundy-ish.
Okay. His inspiration in life is Tom Brady. He's the greatest of all time. He's got 3 Super Bowl rings. Might want to issue an update on this. He's got a wife who's
sure
10.
Yeah.
He loves his line of work and fires me up. Go Pats. Yeah. I believe he also adds an apostrophe in Pats, which is not necessary. He writes "Go Pats." P-A-T.
All right, so he doesn't seem like he takes grammar seriously anyway.
Yes, no need for that. His pet peeves are when guys take kissy face selfies on social media and poor driving etiquette. You don't like that either.
I bet you could find some kissy face selfies.
Get the Google image search going on Rodney. Let's see if we have a kissy face selfie. What 3 things do you want on the island? 1, a cell phone, but if it has service.
Yeah, so he could take kissy face selfies.
Number 2, my boys.
Duh.
And number 3, a group of girls. It's a party. We got the guys and the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's ever said
he's
before.
Like looking at me, it's creepy.
Nobody's ever said before, hey, what are the 3 things you want on the island? And they answered like a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, the good news for Rodney is going to be that we're going to get some guys out there and we're gonna get some girls out there.
It's a party.
Yeah, it's instant party. What do you think about Rodney's picture that you have here behind you? He's sort of like, I've never seen a Survivor picture before like this. He's like crouched down.
No, this is like the Jersey Shore pose.
That's the Jersey Shore
this
one?
Is yeah, all you need is like this.
Yeah. So I feel like not since Rocky in Survivor Fiji.
Yeah.
I feel like have we had somebody like this?
Yeah.
Did we? I mean, we survived the whole Jersey Shore era on Survivor. And I feel like we didn't really get a Jersey Shore type guy.
Yeah, you know, and in his interview, I had a hard time understanding him.
Yes.
He was saying what he wanted to buy. He wanted to buy his mother.
Yes.
And I thought he was saying that he wanted to buy his mother a male body part.
What?
Because of the way that it sounded.
What is it that he wants to buy his mother?
A car.
What?
Okay.
And I don't even understand why you would.
Because that's what it sounded like, and I had to listen to it a few times. I was like, what?
Okay. All right. We won't. I'm not gonna.
I'm sure I'm not the only one.
You might have been the only one. You
not.
might have been the only one on that.
I know I'm not the only one.
You might have been. You might have been.
No.
Survivor contestant you are most like. The answer?
Can't imagine.
No one. Nobody's gonna play this game.
Because he's never
like
seen
how
it.
you're about to see me play. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So.
Unfortunately, we've seen this game several times.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm.
Also, here's another thing. Another sign. Maybe Rodney might not have seen that much Survivor. He tells us that also he may go down as the best person from Boston all time to ever play this game. Surely he must.
Definitely.
Yes, Rodney.
Because Boston, there's just a bunch of duds.
Hey, Rodney, smarten up. Smarten up. You're a Pats fan. You know better. You know better. I'm the GOAT, not you. The greatest of all time.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm the one. My wife is a 10. And if I'm going to fire you up, smarten up, buddy. So, yeah, Rodney, greatest. He wants to be the greatest. He's going to be the best person from Boston of all time. He's a contractor also. Yeah. You come from a long line of contractors, right?
They're exactly like Rodney.
Yeah. Yeah, so do you feel like Rodney is a kindred spirit to you?
No, I feel like I know what to expect out of it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead.
I feel like it would be like my brother playing.
No, your brother is like. I mean, your brother is a family man. Your brother.
He's a family
yeah.
man.
I mean, and your brother was never this guy.
Yeah, he was.
No. Your brother might have aspired to be this guy, but your brother's not this guy.
He had a lot of similarities.
Like, which Jersey Shore guy is Rodney?
I feel like he's like the situation.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that's the case. All right. Lots of questions pouring in about Rodney. Orange Shaw says, does Rodney remind you more of Boston Rob or Drew Christie? Yeah, that's a good question.
It's like if they had a baby.
I don't know. I think it's like if Drew Christie had a baby that was born in Boston. So I don't think. Look, maybe I'll give you Boston Rob 1.0.
1.0.
But I'm telling you that this guy is not going to be like a Boston Rob.
No, I agree with you. 1.0.
Yeah, maybe the first one.
This is before Amber.
Like maybe he's the poor man's version of the first version of Boston Rob. Okay. Seriously, does anybody else get a Thad Castle vibe from Rodney? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the reference. Nicole, but you were a big Blue Mountain State fan, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Okay. Bill Simmons, another great person from Boston. Rodney will be the winner this season. Do you agree? # Boston Strong. Nicole, do you agree?
Absolutely.
Are you buying or selling that Rodney will be the winner this season?
I think he will be the sole survivor.
Yes. No, I don't think so. All right. Let's go to John. John says Eddie Fox was posed like this in Caramoan for his photo. Yes? Well, if it goes anything like Eddie Fox,
we'll have another dog bar.
We should be in for a treat here for Rodney. Okay, let's go through from Pat. Tad says, Mike and Rodney kind of remind me of Mikey and Joel from Micronesia. Okay. We'll see. Do you think that's a good question, though? Do you think that Rodney and Mike will get along, or will they be bros, or will they be
I
foes?
think Mike is going to get along with...
Bros or foes, Nicole?
I think Mike will get along with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rodney's going to get along with Mike.
That's true. If Mike steps up and wants to be the leader and is
I
sort
think
of
that
like
could be a problem.
telling Rodney what to do, I feel like Rodney's not going to like that.
Yeah.
But I think that Mike should be able to get along with Rodney.
Yeah.
All right. Will there be a battle for the love of Sierra?
Sierra. I think it's possible.
But I feel like Sierra, she's a country girl. I feel like is not gonna be into. I feel like that Mike is more her speed than Rodney.
I think that this might frighten her a little.
Yeah, I think it's gonna frighten a lot of people.
I think it's frightening everybody.
Okay, let's do one more question. This is from Josh Foster. Says better chance of winning, Rodney or Nina? Oh, I think it's Nina, and I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if Rodney is a first boot, but
he looks like a strong dude. He's gonna do well in the challenges. I don't know if they're gonna want to get rid of him.
He's
so
gonna do well in the
quickly.
challenges, but is he gonna be high maintenance? Is he gonna be drama? Is he gonna be a Rocky from Survivor Fiji? Like,
Do it.
I know.
Do it.
I need Josh Wiggler here for this, and to do a good Rocky voice.
Just do it.
It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go. All right, but I'm sure we'll do plenty of Rocky
Throughout the season.
Yeah, and plenty of Rodney. Rocky and Rodney. All right. So I think that he could be the first boot.
Okay.
He could be. Could he be a Ryan Aiken? I think it's possible.
It's possible.
That is within the realm of potential outcomes.
Okay.
What's the upside? Let's put our rose-colored
The
glasses
upside to
on.
keeping him?
No, the upside of what's the best case scenario? Let's come up with the Survivor that's the best case scenario. I'll say best case scenario for Rodney. Maybe he's like a Maddie from Survivor Gabon. I'll give him that's
He
the
made it
upside.
to the end, right?
There's a final four. Does he have final four
No.
upside?
No.
What if he's leaves? What if he's, because we've seen this before where survivors act really douchey in their pregame.
But he's never even seen the show.
Yeah, well, I don't think Maddie really saw the show either. But again, I think that was
Maddie
probably,
that douchey?
No, Maddie wasn't a douche.
Ah.
But I think that was a weaker field. I think that
Yeah.
this is going to be a competitive season.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let's move on. Final person in the blue collar tribe. Then we'll be 2/3 of the way there, Nicole.
It's okay.
All right. One more person in the blue collar tribe. It's Dan. Dan Foley. Here he is. It's Dan. You like his beard?
I do.
Okay. Dan, he's a technician of postal service equipment.
Yes. He is a jack of all trades, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a lot of jobs, man.
Yes.
He's also driven to a lot of auditions, and we're just talking about Survivor Gabon.
Yes, he's a fan, this guy.
He's from Survivor Maine.
Yes, like your favorite.
Yeah.
Survivor Maine.
Survivor Maine is a thing. You laugh. Survivor Maine is a thing. He's from Maine, like the great Bob Crowley, and also he's from the same hometown as the great Julie Berry, Nicole.
Yes, I've heard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Julie Berry, great Survivor.
Great Survivor.
An underrated Survivor, I might even add. Yes. She's a triple threat, Julie Berry.
Is she?
Yes. Yes. So we'll see if Dan can be a triple threat in this game as well.
He's my Julie Berry.
Yes? He's your Julie Berry?
Yeah.
You think he's a triple threat? I wish you wouldn't touch the screen. I wish that you could make your points without touching the monitor.
No, but he's so cute.
Yes, okay. Well, Nicole has a crush on Dan. Much like Jonas in Nicole's long line of Survivor crushes.
I did love sushi.
All right. So, favorite sport is if I'm watching football and if I'm playing disc golf.
I don't get it! So, the two disc golfers on the same tribe?
Oh, they're going to hit it off, and this is going to be...
I don't think we're going to hear all about disc golf.
The Frisbee Golf Alliance
in case
is
you've
happening.
never heard of it, you're going to love it by the end of the season.
Yeah,
or
maybe
hate it
they
even
could
more.
play with Dan's hat.
Don't touch this hat.
Okay. What does he want to take with him? Deck of cards, a picture of my family to remind me what I'm waiting for, and some golf discs to help me bond with my tribe mates, and possibly use to hunt. What does he throw the Frisbee golf thing so hard that he kills animals? What is he, like Odd Job from James Bond?
I feel like I can do it. Like
you could throw a Frisbee hard enough to kill an
I can do it,
animal?
totally.
Oh my God. What are you, Brian Heidick?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, he says he has a great relationship with his wife. She puts up with a lot of tomfoolery over the years. Can you relate to that?
I can't.
He's driven probably over 25,000 miles to go to Survivor auditions.
I like that.
Yes, you like that.
I like that.
He's determined.
Mhm.
Aren't you glad that I already had gotten on Survivor by the time you knew me, and I didn't like constantly like try to play like, oh, I'm driving to Vegas this weekend to go audition for Survivor.
Give it up.
Yeah.
Come on.
Instead,
Show is taking you.
I drive no miles. I don't leave this room the whole day.
Can't we have something in the middle?
No. I wake up in the morning, get out of bed, I come in this room, I stand right here all day.
What time do you brush your teeth?
Like several times a day, many times a day. Then it's
For the first time.
Yeah, first time like 5 a.m. Right when I start.
That's a bunch
right
of
when I
crap.
get started. Right when I get started. So I don't have to drive anywhere. So I'm saving gas money.
You're the guy with the coffee breath invading personal space.
No. For the record, nobody's in my personal space.
If there was a person that you ever had contact with.
Yes. Well, luckily that doesn't happen.
Luckily it doesn't.
Nobody has to know. All right. So can Dan do it? All right. Does he do well?
Dan and Mike for the win.
Now, Dan is a bigger guy.
Uh-huh.
Will he be able to? We know it's his dream to get out there.
Yes.
But will Gary... I'm sorry.
Who's Gary?
Don't worry. There's too many survivors. Will Dan go the way of the Papa Smurf, the Mike Barassi? Is he able to hang in there and not be a pre-merge medevac?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
You think he'll be all right?
I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
I think him and Mike are going to be besties.
You'd be besties, and they'll have an alliance?
They'll have an alliance.
And then who else is in the alliance?
Sierra.
Sierra's in the alliance.
Yeah.
So Mike and Sierra showmance?
I think so.
Plus Dan.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Who else? You need 4. 4 into 6 equals in.
Yeah. Get the screen back.
All right, here we go. And then we're going to take questions about Dan.
Yeah.
All right. I went the wrong way. All right, 4 into 6 equals in here. Give me the 4. Who's in the 4?
Okay, so we got...
Dan, Mike, Sierra. Who is the 4th? Is it Kelly?
This is Kelly, right?
No, that's Crazy Lindsay.
Crazy Lindsay.
Yes.
Kelly. I'm going with Kelly.
Kelly.
Who's 4?
So, now, we talked about crazy attracts crazy. Or crazy repels crazy. Crazy's like magnets.
Yes.
Either it pulls them together or pushes them really far apart.
Yep.
Rodney and Lindsay. All right? Does 24-year-old hairdresser Lindsay and Boston Rodney, are they on the same page?
No.
On the same wavelength?
No.
No?
No.
This is a turnoff, Boston Rodney?
I think Boston Rodney is going to be...
24-year-old Rodney, 24-year-old Lindsay.
I think that he's going to have the hots for Sierra. I think that this is all he's going to see.
What if he's not her speed? She's a country girl.
She's gorgeous.
Okay, but what if she doesn't like him?
She's not going to like him.
What if Lindsay likes him?
In my head, I feel like it's stalkerish.
Hairdresser from Florida, 24. I feel like this is a connection, Nicole.
Yeah.
I feel like you're missing the obvious.
Maybe I'm missing it.
Okay. All right, let's take some Dan questions here. All right. Cole Phelps says, I'm glad they brought Mike Barassi back. See? See, I told you. Yeah, Mikey B. There he is. Isaac Samoya says, I want to see Dan go far. Well, that's what he's been doing for the last 10 years.
He's been driving
25,000 miles. He went very far
He's
already.
gone the distance.
Yes. And I don't know if you can write off those miles now that this is his work now.
Yeah, well, probably in previous years.
In previous years.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Nichols, I'm getting a Philip Shepard vibe from Dan. He may be nice, but he's going to get himself into no votes final 3. No.
No.
Yeah. Is Dominic here? I feel like he's got a good social game. I don't think he's going to be. I'm not getting a Philip vibe from Dan. I think that he'll be all right in that regard. Okay. Also, Chris Nichols says Dan is like a less savvy, less survivalist Rupert. I mean, basically missing all of Rupert's best qualities.
Well,
no.
he does say he has the good looks of Rupert.
Okay, well.
Yes. But then he also says he has great charisma. So I thought, well, with looks like Rupert, you definitely need charisma.
Yes. So mean to Rupert. He was America's favorite player.
Oh, America.
Yes. Kissy Jimenez says, Dan is personally my preseason favorite. Super fans always get my vote for the win. Yeah, I like Dan. I think Dan's gonna be fun.
I like Dan.
Yes. I don't know.
More than a friend.
More than a friend, because you're a Survivor crush. All right. So I don't know. Can this tribe? Okay, look, physically, lots of people that are fit. We'll see about Dan. But I feel the rest of the people appear to be strong.
I feel like he could be the puzzle guy.
Yeah. Can they dominate in the challenges? Could this be sort of like
I think so. Look at them. They seem. This is a physically fit.
a Tandang type situation in the good way?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of good things we say about Tandang.
Yeah.
All right. So we're feeling
We're feeling
overall. I think we feel good, better as a group than we do about maybe the individual prospects of these people. If they can stick together, I feel like this core group
good. Like,
of
look at
blue
this bear
collar.
hug we got here.
Yeah.
Like, does that not say alliance?
Well, I feel like this is a good point. I like what you're doing here, Nicole.
Yes.
I like the body language here from
And-
Mike. He's like getting this group together.
We are a team.
Like, let's go back and look at the
Wait. Go back. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Now look at Dan. He's including people.
He's touching
He's
Kelly.
including.
He's touching Kelly.
Yeah.
Nobody's touching Rodney.
Well, you
Yeah.
don't want to get greasy.
Sierra has her arm on
Kind
Lindsay's
of,
shoulder.
kind of,
But
kind
it's
of.
really.
But she's
look,
more towards Mike.
It's funny because these are the people that we're saying we think Mike is going to align with. Look at him. He's got his arm right there around Dan and around Sierra. Look
and
at you,
these
Nicole.
guys on the outside.
Look at you.
hmm
That bringing so much to the podcast.
I'm a body language expert.
The body language expert.
Mhm.
Yes. Was it because for the last 2 weeks I told you that you need to get ready for this?
He's basically given me death threats.
I didn't give you. Don't say that. Please don't say that. But I was I bet you got mad at me. You said I was nagging you.
I don't know if you people can imagine. He can be kind of naggy.
I wanted to make sure you were doing your homework for this. All right. Here, let's go back, and then we'll talk about the no collar, the white collar tribe. All right. Here's the no collar, Nicole. Give us the body
Oh,
language.
I already
assessment.
talked about this body language here between these two. Who is this? What's
Yeah.
his name?
That was Vince. Vince.
Vince.
No,
Like-
Judd is Fabio.
Vince and the public defender, like they're like all in here. It's like even a shape of a heart here.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this guy, what's his name?
That's Joe.
Joe. He's on the outside, not really too far in. And then the one girl that we were high on, what's her name?
That is Jen Brown.
Jen Brown. She's actually going in. She has her arm around. The rest of them really don't have any interaction with each other.
All right. We'll
But
see.
this is what we said, that she's going to be the standout in the tribe.
Okay. All right, Nicole. Here we go. Let's talk white collar. All right. It's the main event. Here we go. White collar tribe coming up. Don't forget, 2 weeks from tonight, in addition to the Survivor premiere, it's also going to be time to kick off another season of Survivor Know-It-Alls. We're doing it live, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:45 Pacific, after the 90-minute premiere. And then Jessica Leese will figure out a time to get together and talk about the Amazing Race premiere sometime on Thursday. And I can't believe it's right around the corner.
That's crazy.
But then it's time to book the first Survivor podcast of the season, which I have not done yet.
Well,
And so,
you better get on it.
yeah, I'm gonna start. I'll run another poll somewhere along the way. I'll get my poll up again and hear from you guys.
Surprised your poll isn't up yet.
Yes. Well, and I want to know from people, who do you want us to book this season? I've been so busy with the move and everything with Miss Survivor and
Yeah.
all of these podcasts. Also, all of the shows.
So we're gonna move right before the premiere.
Yeah,
So
I know.
You're gonna have the new studio just in time.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll hope so. Let's see. So that's coming up. Plus, I will speak with the first player voted out of Survivor Worlds Apart coming up on the morning after the Survivor premiere
Yeah.
on Thursday the 26th, 2
I have
weeks
so
from
much
tomorrow.
to say about this
All right.
already.
Let's talk about it, Nicole. You're the body language expert.
Right.
Tell us what's going on here
First
with
of
the
all-
white collar tribe.
Are they supposed to wear matching colors? Like
Yeah, they
yellow?
wear that. If you haven't been paying attention on Survivor for the last 5 years or so, they dress everybody in the same color. For instance, blue collar tribe, a lot of
Would you look at that?
a lot of blues. The red team is going to be wearing a lot of red.
Ah,
So
It's a pattern.
yes. So yeah, but really that's been going on for
For 30 years.
yeah, not all the way through, but it's been a thing for a while on Survivor. So
Yeah.
the white collar tribe wears yellow. That's a little confusing.
Confusing. That's what threw me off.
That's what threw you off.
threw me off.
All right, white collar tribe. Nicole, tell us. It looks like of
Look how
the three
individual they are.
of the three groups we've seen, this group seems to be the least cohesive in the cast.
Very
photo.
individual, except for Joaquin here. He's kind of pulling in, but not having it.
Yeah. Interestingly, also, we saw in Survivor Brains versus Beauty versus Brawn, the Brains tribe was the tribe that got off to the slowest start and was the least cohesive group as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the white collar group appears to me to have the best individual players in a vacuum.
Which
but
color?
White collar.
Okay.
What did I say?
I don't know. That's why I
Okay.
wanted to hear.
The white collar tribe, I think, probably in a vacuum has the best individual players in terms of knowing the game and strategy.
That's this tribe.
That's this tribe.
Mhm.
But will they be able to work together? Whereas I think the blue collar tribe is going to be the best team.
Yeah.
Although individually, I'm not sure that I don't think that those are the best strategists. Here are the best strategists in the game. Are they going to be able to function together as a team?
Can they work together? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like they can even be together.
A year ago, we talked about the Brains versus Beauty versus Brawn. We said this guy Garrett, he's a triple threat. He's strong. He's physical. He's smart. He looks. Maybe he wasn't really that social. It turns out. But what did they do? They voted out their strongest guy first because they were all playing the game. We had.
Too hard, too
David
fast.
Sampson on the first day is like, I'm getting rid of Garrett. He's my biggest competition for the final three. Garrett was going after David Sampson. All this stuff was going on right off the bat. Will this tribe, will they learn the mistakes from Luzon and the Brains tribe from Survivor Cagayan?
We'll see.
We'll see. Let's talk about them individually. All right, let's start off with Carolyn. Again, a couple of New Yorkers.
Did you know she was a New Yorker?
Yes. Yes. Carolyn, she's VP of Learning and Development. I'm not sure where.
It doesn't matter. It's not in New York, though. It's in Florida.
Okay. Yes. See, she's from Queens, but she lives in Tampa.
Yeah.
Her inspiration in life is Hillary Clinton. She's competitive, funny, and passionate. She says she wants to play like Sandra because she's 2 for 2. She also loved Denise because she was smart, in good shape, and used psychology background to help her. She was able to hang with Malcolm and the older crowd. She's going to play like that.
I like that answer.
It's a good answer. Nicole, tell me, what do you think about about Carolyn from Queens, and can you relate to her?
Why? Because I'm from Queens?
Yes.
I liked her. I'm not a fan of the New York dropping all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a New Yorker. Okay.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel like the thing about like New York survivors is that I feel like there's a lot of like, hey, I'm from New York. What do you want from me? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell it like it is. That's why I think maybe.
People don't like New York?
No, I just feel like there's not a lot of good survivors from New York and Long Island.
Except for you.
Well, Tom Westman, I think, is probably
Okay.
At the top of the Mount Rushmore of Long Island,
I think you're better.
New York survivors.
I think you're better.
disagree. I disagree. But that being said, I think there's a lot of like, I got to keep it real. That's not good on Survivor. Don't keep it real on Survivor, people.
And it's not really good in life.
It's not really good in life, but it's one of your mottos.
And it sucks for me.
Yes, you have to keep it real.
I'm trying not to keep it so real.
Yes, probably you don't need to keep it that real.
Or you don't
it's
have
fine.
to. You don't have to brag about how you keep it real.
Yeah, anybody that's talking about how they're keeping it real tends to be kind of an a-hole.
And that's not my thing. I don't like to brag about keeping it real.
Yes,
Even
but
though I keep it real.
yeah, keep it somewhat real. How about that? Yeah, you don't need to keep it that
You can
real.
keep it kind of fake.
Nobody wants it that real.
Mhm.
We want a little bit of like fantasy in it. Like let's think what we want a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So Nicole, Carolyn from Queens. I could see this going either way.
I could see this going either way also.
Yeah.
I also feel like people who say I keep it real also just talk crap.
Yeah. Why will you survive Survivor? I got the athletic game. No problem. I do not take crap from people. Yeah, New Yorker. I have a positive attitude. I'm very enthusiastic. I can influence people. I've also worked with all kinds of people at all levels and cultures. I'm certified in Myers-Briggs, and I teach leadership skills. I'm also funny, so people will gravitate to me as long as you don't piss me off. Well, guess what? People are going to piss you off.
Yeah.
She says later on why you'll be the sole survivor. She says, I need to keep my queen's attitude in check. You have to be a leader and know when to make a big move. And look, I'm a New Yorker and good TV. That's a true winner for all.
He's not.
This is going to be, could go either way.
Yeah, that's not.
She is 52. I believe she's the oldest in this group.
She's pretty.
Could she be targeted as somebody early on here?
No one likes confrontation.
Yeah. We don't like that. Could she be set in her ways and want to not go with the flow?
She seems to kind of talk both games, I feel like. It's like a lot of contradiction. Like she knows the game, but yet doesn't know enough that she has to shut up.
Yeah, I'm getting from her, this might be a little weird, I feel like she's like sort of a tri-state area of Muffin.
What does Muffin think, though? Like,
Who's Muffin?
She does kind of look, she reminded me of Muffin.
Yeah.
On first glance.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Roger that. And so maybe, you go to the final three and she'll just show up. So.
Shut your mouth, homie G.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, homie G.
I'm not talking to you. Well, I heard it. Poo.
Yeah. So Nicole, what do you think about Carolyn? Could she go the distance? Like, I could see her being out early. I could see her getting to the finals and being the person that was like, Carolyn, could you just tell me one thing you did in this game, that you made one move to get here to the final three, and then her being the person that yells at you in the final three, and then she gets no votes.
I could also see her trying to keep her attitude in check, but then ultimately in Survivor you become who you are, and then it comes out.
Yeah.
And then that might be her downfall.
That's the beautiful thing about Survivor to me, where the game turns you into who you are. In real life, we have all these trappings and all these things, and I have my position, and I have my, you have your job or your bank account or your whatever, and you have all these things that, sort of like that you are your trump card that you can fall back on. Do you know who I am? Do you know what I do? Do you know what I could do to you? And you don't have any of that stuff in Survivor. You really just have the clothes on your back and your wits.
Yeah.
And the hunger and the tiredness and all of the elements
stress.
Bring out who the real you is.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to fake it on Survivor. So if you are a temperamental person who is going to go off on people, we'll see that, and we'll see that soon. And for Carolyn, I don't know if she can hide that for long.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my prediction.
Let's go ahead and take some questions here from you guys. And here is JJ Rules. Carolyn and Monica has got that Tampa vibe going. Yeah, was that Monica Culpepper? Yeah, they got that Tampa vibe.
Tampa vibe.
Brad Culpepper.
Didn't know that was a thing.
He got that Tampa vibe going.
Yeah, he's got a few things going.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and take another question. This is from Chris Nichols. Carolyn, Muffin VP. Get in the back of the limo. Let me drive. She even has a commanding tough as nails walk.
Get in the back seat and let me drive.
Yeah. So Carolyn telling people to get in the back seat.
Yep.
You don't want to tell people to get in the back seat on Survivor. That's bad. That's bad. All right. Paulino says, I think Carolyn will be like Missy, kind of a good player, but will be seen as a bitch. What do you think? Will Carolyn be a villain, Nicole?
I think so.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, it's hard to be, and again, I don't know what that says about society, but hard to be a woman, specifically an older woman, and call the shots and then also be seen in a positive light. We've certainly seen it be done.
I don't think it's because she's going to call the shots. I think that it's going to be because keeping it real.
Yes. All right. All right, a couple more questions on Carolyn. All right, here we go. This is from Chris Nichols. All right, hold on. I think that's this is a question about so we're not there yet. All right, so let's move on to Shireen. Here we go. Nicole.
Yes.
Here she is. Shireen. She is a Yahoo executive. She made Google Calendar the #1 online online calendar in the world. She helps take care of her mom financially. Her inspiration in life is Larry David because he's a hilarious weirdo who says and does whatever he wants.
It's tremendously annoying.
No, he's not. He's not annoying, Nicole. He's not.
No, I love Larry David.
Okay, good. But you hate Louis C.K.
I don't hate Louis C.K. Stop it.
But you don't think he's funny. Because did Louis C.K. ever
I
end...
liked him on Saturday Night Live.
Okay, did he ever end any of his jokes with LOL?
He didn't have to.
Haha.
Yeah. You don't do that.
All right, she likes field hockey. Her pet peeves are quitters and morons. Oh, she's like Abby Maria.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah. She's competitive, clever, and quirky. Of course, that if she wants 3 things on the island, they would be a goat or a muffin, a whiskey, and Beyonce.
Yeah, because Beyonce would do well on the island.
Yeah. And Survivor contestant that you're
I would
most
want
like.
Jay-Z.
Yes.
Parvati?
Sandra as a sassy brown woman who doesn't take crap from anybody. And Rob Cesternino as a witty, sharp, know-it-all Survivor nerd who keeps tabs on everybody.
Oh, la la.
Yes, and she actually meant me.
So she's smart.
She's smart. Okay, Nicole, should anybody want to be like me as a Survivor contestant?
Yes.
What about as a person?
No.
No.
No, as a person too. You're a very smart man.
Okay. All right.
you're-
Oh, Nicole is in rare form today.
And you're very
Oh, I'm
sexy.
never ending the podcast now. This is
you're a jerk.
podcast, Nicole. Where have you been? Where have you been?
Oh,
Uh,
stop it, sexy man.
oh, please. We'll do 2 more hours. Keep it up. So
I'm not gonna touch that.
reason for being on Survivor. I want to win the ultimate social game, my favorite game in the world. Seems to be a lifelong Survivor fan.
Yes, she knows who you are.
Yes. Yeah. Nobody who's not a fan knows who I am. We know this. A lot of people who are a fan don't know who I am. That's true.
It's a sad fact.
All right.
They need to get with it.
Let's talk about this, Nicole. What are you thinking about Shireen?
I was kind of on the fence until she name dropped you,
Yes.
and now she's a winner.
I really liked her in her video.
No, I thought she was good.
I thought she was very fun in the video.
No, she was.
Um,
It's funny because I feel like this picture of her is really different than what she was in the video.
yeah. What do you think of the video?
I feel like she was more fun here. She seems kind of like
Yeah.
professional.
You don't like this picture.
I don't want to knock the picture, but
You can knock the picture.
I think she looks very pretty, but she seems very professional and just not as fun.
She's trying to pose for the picture.
You
You
calling
feel
her
like.
a poser?
Look,
John Fincher is a poser.
Is Shireen a poser?
I really liked her in the video. I thought she
No, I
was,
thought the video was
I
good.
thought she was very fun in the
Yeah.
in the video.
I agree.
So I feel like she's fun. She says she can't go without sleep though. The sleeping could go
I
either
can
way on
relate. I
Survivor
can
though.
relate to
Sometimes like some people just can't sleep on Survivor. I was a good sleeper on Survivor.
Would I have a problem sleeping?
I don't think I've seen you fall asleep on an airplane, like with a barking dog on you, something like. I don't like. Although as you've gotten older, you're a worse sleeper.
Well, it's because now we with the baby.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
some people, if you could sleep anywhere, like there's some people that really need their sleep and could just go to sleep standing up.
Yeah.
There's other people that need to be sleeping and they need conditions to be perfect. I don't know how she's going to be.
Yeah.
But no, I really liked her in her video, and
Yeah.
I am concerned. Here's my concern. I'm not sure how she is going to be in the challenges, and if we're going to vote out one person here from this group, who's going to like? I'm not sure how athletic
Well,
she is. She likes field hockey.
in fairness, I don't think a lot of this tribe is athletic.
Okay, but that puts a premium on the athleticism. So I feel like hard to really get a sense of
I feel like
how.
there's a lot of puzzlers.
Yes, which is good, but a lot of these challenges are okay. Here, go through the obstacle course, swim out, get that bag of
And
puzzle
then
pieces.
eventually get
Then
to the
eventually
puzzle.
get to the puzzle.
Yeah.
But if you're losing by so much, it's not going to matter. Also, though, with 3 tribes, it's going to be, of course, top 2 out of 3 is not going to go to tribal council.
Yeah.
So you just got to not be the worst.
Don't suck.
Don't be the worst.
Yeah.
But can they hang in there enough to not be the worst?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. The other two tribes seem pretty strong.
Let's take some questions.
Physically.
All right, Alex G. Shireen wants a muffin along with a goat. With 6 older mom goats in the last 5 seasons, is Muffin the name for an older woman goat?
What does Muffin think, though?
Who's Muffin?
No. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure what the reference is. Of course, we talk about muffins on here. What Was the name of the goat on How I Met Your Mother muffin?
Oh,
I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure. Let me know that in the chat room. But I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about, a goat or a muffin. I don't know if it's our muffin that she's talking about, but Carolyn could be a muffin.
Yeah.
She could be a muffin.
Yeah.
All right. So then, as far as a couple more questions, this is from Mark Deal. I love Shireen. She's my preseason pick. I believe she could go far. What do you think, Rob? I think she could do well too.
Yeah. I agree.
I also think she could do well, and it really is going to come down to can she get through? She's like one of these people. If she makes it to the merge, she's going far.
Yeah.
She has Sandra upside.
And she's very well spoken. She's intelligent.
Yes.
I think that this is a threat.
She's smart and a Survivor fan. Can she make it 21 days and get to that merge?
Yeah, I think so.
That's going to be the question, I think.
I
for
say
Shireen.
yes.
Yes. All right. Chris Nichols says, weirdos might weird themselves out of the game. Shireen might be the Igor to Carolyn's commanding Dr. Frankenstein. Okay. Could she pair up with Carolyn?
Oh, that would be a good, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
What
I said just didn't make sense. That would be a good.
That would be a good. All right. Again, the magic number is going to be 4. We'll keep that in mind when we get to looking at the tribe. And let's see.
I thought she had a nose ring. It was just dust.
Yeah. And Jacob Kroc says, if Shireen goat muffin comment a Missy reference, we're not sure. We'll ask her one day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll ask her one day.
We will have the opportunity.
Let's keep going. All right, Nicole. Here we go. It's time to talk about So
what?
So Kim.
So what? Who cares?
So Kim. That's what. A
lot of pretty faces on this season.
So just wants to have fun. Now, did you know this? So was one of the contestants for Survivor San Juan del Sur, and I believe it was her sister that was not cleared by medical.
This was.
Yes.
I did not know that.
So.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Because you're a know-it-all.
Yes, I am. I know.
I'll
prove it 2 weeks from tonight.
Believe me, I know.
Yes. Not only am I a know-it-all, I'm the best know-it-all.
Well, some people would argue.
Some people would argue, but I am the knowingest know-it-all.
Rob's the best. Know-it-all. Steven should have never made that call.
Yes. Did you know that?
Wowzer.
Yes, you didn't know I had that. All right, so here's so she is a department store buyer. What does that entail, Nicole? You're a department store buyer, right?
I am a buyer, yes. She's the one who buys the stock of the clothes or the
Not a J buyer, right?
Ooh, don't get me started.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's the one that buys stock of whatever store it is.
Is she? Okay. Her pet peeves are indecisiveness, princess attitudes, narcissism, procrastination, losing, and complacency.
Yeah.
Okay. Survivor contestant that you're most like. She's a combination of Ozzy, because he is physically capable, agile, a bit self-righteous. That's true.
Mm-hmm. So she's self-righteous?
A little bit. Parvati, because
she admits it.
She's cute, flirty, and coy. Is Parvati cute or hot?
I've seen Parvati both.
Both.
Yeah.
Both. And Cochran, self-deprecating, paranoid, and devious.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good-looking, nerdy combination.
Yes. Reason for being sole survivor. Reason to be on Survivor. I want to win and become the legendary female sole survivor who made big moves and didn't play it safe. I make big moves. All right. Nicole, tell me about So.
What do you want to know?
How do you think she's going to do? Again, So I feel like is very much in the same boat as Shireen.
Yeah.
I feel like she could be very good. I feel like she has upside. She seems sharp.
This big moves thing is just not sitting well.
Yeah, you don't like the big moves?
Well, not that I don't like big moves, but
yes.
I don't think you should go into the game saying I'm going to be, doing big moves.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes people also just say it because it sounds good to say.
Because it sounds good.
The lack of food is going to be hard for So.
I can understand that.
Yeah. And because you're having a lack of food, right?
Right now.
Are you going to be okay? Can you make it through the rest of the podcast?
I don't have a choice.
Okay. All right. So she has a hard time trusting people also. You got to trust people. I know there's like two sides to this where it's like you can't trust everybody, but you got to trust somebody.
But I think that's a good thing to have because then she's always going to, be cautious and not fully in bed with somebody.
Whoa.
Not literally.
Okay.
Or maybe, I don't know. She's, I think, next to Joaquin.
Yeah, let's take some questions on So, okay? Here is Chris Nichols. So scares me. Can't see anything offending about her except her constant smiling. Smart without
She has
acting
nice
it.
teeth, too.
Huge threat. So I think scares him in a good way. Like, So could go far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, So could be good, and she could be, out first out of this group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She talks a lot, though.
Uh-oh. Okay. So you don't want to talk too much.
You don't want to talk too much.
You don't want to talk too much.
Especially in this group of really smart people.
Yeah. She says last year she turned 30. She went through a divorce. She
life-changing for
moved
her.
across the country and changed jobs. It was simultaneously one of the best and worst years of her life, and she's a stronger person for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's an optimist.
So is an optimist.
We
Yeah.
like that.
So that's good. I'll tell you another person that went through a divorce before they went on Survivor, and that was Kim Sprodlin.
And check out how that ended.
And she's also Kim.
And she's married now.
Yes. And she also worked in some sort of fashion-related industry. Wedding dress is fashion. Wedding dress is fashion.
I guess so.
Yes, that's right. That's right. All right. So Scott has to restart to get the questions back up. So let's move on. Let's talk about some of the white-collar guys. Okay.
Let's talk.
Let's start about this. Let's start here with Tyler. Tyler Fredrickson.
Okay, first of all, just by looking at him, I would not believe the person that he actually is.
Yes, why? You feel like his look is not consistent with who his personality is?
I wouldn't have thought that he would be as douchey as he is.
Oh, you think he's douchey?
I think he's douchey.
You think he's douchey? Why? Because he's a former CAA agent?
That's not particularly why, but he just did you see that in the video? Like, he was the only one that was like glamour shots also, where he's like,
yeah, I did not see that. I did not check that out.
It happened.
All right, so let's talk about Tyler Fredrickson. He's a former kicker that he played, I believe, for USC.
And he won the game.
He won the big game.
Mm-hmm.
But he went out on his own. And he went to go work at CAA, and now he's trying to get his own things off the ground.
That's the entertainment thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
His inspiration in life is Steven Spielberg, because he was succeeded by convincing everyone at Universal that he was a director before he ever was. And his hobbies are doing what others won't, traveling and dressing up as a bearded hobo, and jumping out at children in downtown Pasadena.
Why would you do that?
That's I do that. That's fun.
You do not.
Yes.
If he jumped out at Dominic, I would punch him in the face.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to get yourself on some sort of like Megan's Law list. Of
Seriously.
dressing up as a bearded hobo and jumping out at children in Pasadena.
I would drop kick him.
I feel like if I was in Pasadena, I think I would like put up signs of Tyler with a beard on him and say, "Please watch out for this man." Like, I would be pissed if I was somewhere with Dominic and somebody dressed up as a bearded hobo and started shouting.
See, I would really assault him.
Yeah. Yes. They asked him, pet peeves are quitters, apathy, people with horrible work ethic, and whiners.
Yeah.
Okay. He also said that if he could have 3 things on the island, he'd have scuba gear because he can't get enough of the ocean. He also said that he would want a bottle of Cabernet because it's a great sunset drink with a girl.
Uh-huh.
And big on nostalgia, so get him a camera.
Uh-huh.
Survivor contestant that you're most like. Boston Rob, because I'm a flirt with relentless passion to win and will cut my tightest ally at the last minute.
So does he flirt with the mom after he scares the crap out of the child?
I don't know. Also, that Why You Survive Survivor, he says, coming from a top agency, I survived alone. The dragons and snakes daily. I was dealing with the largest and most insecure egos in town. Everyone was the best, the brightest, and most beautiful, even when they're not. You could abhor them, but it was done with a smile so that they had no idea. That's Survivor. Yes.
I feel like he's
Survivor
describing
entourage.
maybe himself.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. This is one of the people I'm also on the short list for. Looking forward to hearing what Corinne has to say.
We're so here.
Why, you want to hear what Corinne has to say?
Well, that too, but we're so here on our contestants.
Yeah, I feel like Tyler. I'm concerned about
I would
his
vote him out.
upside.
I'm voting him out now.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to connect with people. I feel like he's talking the talk. I'm not sure.
I don't
if
even think he's talking the talk.
walking the walk.
Let's keep it real.
Okay. I've got a couple of questions coming in. So this is from. Okay, hold on. Let me just get this up on the phone. This is from Jason Brown. He says, I think Haley was talking about Tyler in her pregame talk. She described the curly hair, blonde-haired guy
I
as
think
quiet
he's
and
more
stoic.
red. Yeah, I think he's more of a ginger.
Could be. That's tough to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Tough.
A ginger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kai's Cochran,
Yeah, and he won.
and he won.
Took 2 tries, but he won.
So he could be. I feel like this guy is sort of like if Stephen Fishback and Cochran had a baby.
Yes,
Yes.
totally.
And so we'll see if he's going to be able to do it.
You think if they had a baby, the baby would be cocky?
Cochran.
Cocky?
Cochran. It's like, is that like Fishy and Cochran
No, I mean
together?
like seriously, like cocky.
If Stephen and Cochran had a baby, would their baby be cocky?
Because he's cocky.
I don't know. I think that Cochran has a little bit of swagger.
Only
haven't
since he's moved to LA.
And since he won the game, yeah.
Yeah.
So you haven't spent a lot of time with him since
spent enough
he's won.
to know.
Since he's won. All right. And then let's go ahead and get another question here about Tyler. But first says Tyler seems like he's trying too hard to convince us he's interesting, but he seems like a dud. Oh no.
I don't think he's trying too hard. I think that he's just kind of douchey.
I don't know. I don't know if I wouldn't say he seems like a dud. Either way, but I could see it going either way for Tyler.
I see it going one way.
Yeah. We'll see. He's with the 3 men on this tribe. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they interact. Like, I almost feel like with this group, maybe the women could get together. And
If the women are smart, they should.
like, this could be a tribe where, and much like in the original Brains tribe, where it ultimately ended up happening where the 3 women got on the same page.
Yeah.
And then got to decide that Garrett was going to go home.
Yeah.
That I think you could see the 3 women here in the white collar tribe decide, okay, which of the 3 guys do we want to take with us?
Yeah.
And that could be how it plays out.
Yeah.
And ultimately saying like, hey, look, if we don't like you and we don't like you, okay, fine, we're going to keep going to tribal council, but eventually we're going to switch and we'll be fine. So I don't know. That could be a fun way to see how that plays out. All right. Chris Nichols says, Tyler looks too smart. He'll make the merge and then arouse suspicions. Rob, you're the exception. Well, again, I don't know how smart I looked. We'll see. I think that might be part of the charm. I don't look that smart. Don't have glasses.
Yeah. This thing is hurting me.
Okay. You could take it off. We're not. You don't. You,
Microphone?
well, you need the microphone. Yes. Yes. And actually, yeah, you should put the microphone back on so we can hear you talk. But you don't need to wear both the headphones. We're not going to hear you that
hurts.
much. Okay. All right. One more Tyler question, and then we'll move on. Okay.
I just look silly.
Travis says, I feel like Tyler's a cross between Cochran and Aris. No, Cochran and Steven.
Yeah.
He's not
Cochran
doing
and
yoga.
Steven.
He's not doing yoga.
Yeah, he needs some yoga, I think.
Okay. Nicole, all right. Here's what I want to hear from you.
Okay.
Let's talk about Joaquin. Joaquin, he's from Valley Stream, New York, Nicole. Your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yes, he's a marketing director.
Uh-huh.
He's an alpha male, self-described.
Yes.
He says he has the attention span of a goldfish, much like you, Nicole.
Yes.
His inspiration in life is Derek Jeter, because of his dedication, finesse, and choice in women, of course.
You know, I've known some skanky women, personally, who have had sex with Derek Jeter. So take that.
How dare you?
Take that.
How dare you, Nicole?
Yes.
All right. Reason for being on Survivor. I'm taking my talents to Survivor to show the world my athletic skills and relentless will to win at any cost. Obviously. Obvi.
And you said obvi.
No, he said obviously. I shortened it. And they asked him, Survivor contestant that you are most like. I'm not like any previous contestants. It's the first time you'll ever see anyone like me. I promise you'll enjoy this. So Joaquin and Rodney give identical answers to this question.
Yeah.
And what do we always say about Survivor? The Survivor contestant that says, oh, there's never been anybody like me.
We've seen this before.
There's been 430 Survivors.
Yeah, there's at least one.
There's somebody that's like you.
Yeah.
And there might be another person like you on this season.
Yeah, he's on the other tribe.
Yeah. All right. Talk to me. There was somebody like you on last season. His name was Drew Christie also. All right. So tell me about Joaquin, Nicole.
Douche alert. Douche alert.
Uh-oh. Yes. Okay. Nicole, do you think that Joaquin? First off, what about Joaquin on the white collar tribe? Does he strike you as white collar?
What does he do?
He's a marketing director of something.
I don't know. He was wearing what?
There he is.
Oh,
Right
and he's
behind
got
you.
Chinese writing. Or
what do you think
like,
it says in Chinese writing on his chest?
I'm a douche.
I'm a douche. He has that in Chinese writing. Does anybody read? Get me Dan Liu on the phone. I want to get a.
Yeah.
I want to get a translation
I
of
bet
what
Dan
does it
Liu
say.
has the same tattoo.
Does Dan Liu have the same tattoo?
Yes.
Get me Dan Liu or Mateo or John Robert.
Yeah.
I need a survivor that speaks Chinese.
Yes.
And get him to translate what does it say on Joaquin's chest. Again, Corinne, where are you?
All right. First of all, I feel like Corinne would want to have sex with him.
Well, look, Corinne, that's the thing about Corinne. She's going to have a take that you don't necessarily see coming.
No, I see it coming.
You're calling it.
Yes. I mean, he's a handsome man.
But Corinne has weird taste, I feel like. Michael Jefferson was very high on her list. John Rocker was high on the list. How tall is Joaquin? That's really that's a deciding factor. All right, we'll ask Corinne when she gets here. Anyway, so Nicole, he also this really threw me off. He's like
it goes on.
Yeah, he says in his video, he's like I'm a Leo and I'm the definition of a Leo. Like any guy that's talking about their astrological
He's
sign,
into astrology.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What year is it? Talking about I'm a Leo. Like unless you're a Leo DiCaprio.
Which you're not.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop it, Joaquin.
Yeah.
Could Joaquin be this season's Garrett?
I think still Rodney is the Garrett.
Yeah, but I don't think that blue collar is going to lose the first challenge.
Yeah.
I think white collar goes to tribal council before blue collar.
I think that he's in a really sticky situation.
Hold on.
Where he's a big standout on his tribe.
Situation.
Yes.
He's a very big standout on his tribe, and if they lose,
yes,
which they're going to.
Yes. Do you see Mr. Survivor upside for Joaquin?
No.
No. No.
I mean, he should, but I don't think your listeners will vote him in.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's going to try to take control. I think the women are going to suss this out. I think he's first out on the Brains tribe.
Mm-hmm.
On the white collar tribe.
He's very pretty.
All right.
Just saying.
Yes, I think he's got a little bit of an Orlando Bloom thing going.
I feel like if he would just not say the things that he says and just stood there like this, he'd win.
Yeah. No, he's got a little bit of if
he kept his thoughts to himself.
Yeah. Maybe if instead of if Jon Snow, instead of going to the wall, went to the Wall Street, I think that maybe could be
he does have some Jon Snowish. Can we leave the screen on?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So let's take your questions here. All right. Here we go. This is from Chris Nichols. Joaquin's strategy will be to be a douche nugget his way through challenges and then be condescending in a social game. Yay! Okay. So he'll be good TV. He'll be good TV, Joaquin. However he goes out, it will not be quietly. He will not go down without a fight.
Yes.
He will not go quietly into the night.
Yes.
Yes. It will be, and soon we'll have our Independence Day from Joaquin.
All right, keep going.
Yes. Okay. Let's go to Rachel Coper. Is this an act, or is he going to be like Spencer, or is this what we're going to get?
I think that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Spencer has 0 chance of winning this game.
Oh, shut your mouth.
No, I think this is Joaquin.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you really if you're the, Joaquin from Valley Stream. I don't know if you're playing a character. I don't think he's putting on a face for us.
Well, it kind of is a character, but it's real life.
Yeah. This is real life. This is real. This is real. It's not a drill.
Yeah.
Okay. But first says, which train wreck will be more fun to watch, Joaquin or Rodney? Yeah. Which train wreck team are you? Are you Team Rodney or are you Team Joaquin?
I'm Team Joaquin.
I'm Team Rodney. Hey, I'm Team Rodney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me Rodney.
Well, I think that Rodney's gonna self-destruct.
Who'll be the more fun train wreck?
I think Rodney will be much more fun to watch.
Yeah. 3 years
I
from
think
now.
he's going to get a lot of dodo music.
3 years from now, who's the survivor that we're remembering? Is it Rodney or is it Joaquin? I don't think so. I think you're thinking with your eyes, not with your brain. Okay. Let's go to Chris. It says, Joaquin reminds me of a dumber, ruder Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
He does. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm still going to go with Jon Snow.
Yes. Okay. Kissy Jimenez says, Joaquin is like a mix between Rocky from Fiji and Jay Byers of One World with a squeaky voice.
I think Rocky is more of Rodney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, well, and you're saying this is Jay Byers?
In some ways.
Yeah. I won't even start. Adam says, I can see So and Joaquin pairing together. Some of the things on their bio are similar. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. Well, So...
I could kind of see that, too.
You think that there could be a somance between
A somance. I
between
like it.
Joaquin and So?
I do.
Interesting.
I feel like So is like down to party. She kind of likes these bad boys. He's successful.
And you don't think it'll be bros before So?
What bros is there?
He could be bros with Tyler or Max.
No.
So you think
they're not bros.
You think it'll be So before bros?
I think so.
So somance.
Somance.
So before bro.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, we'll see. All right, I'll do one more question with Joaquin. Okay. Also, Chris, very active tonight, says, I feel like Joaquin frequently asks women if they want to buy tickets to the gun show. I don't think he said
I want to buy tickets to the gun show.
All right, easy. Take it easy. All right.
Just kidding.
Yes. All right. And last but
Just
not
kidding.
least.
I like my...
Come on. You were doing so good. You were doing so good. Yes. All right. Let's go to last but not least, certainly, here he is, Max Dawson, Survivor professor here in the White Collar Tribe. He's a media consultant. He's a former Survivor professor.
Why is he no longer a Survivor professor?
Because now he's a media consultant.
Okay.
I don't think that they tell you why they make all decisions.
I'm just curious. I'm curious.
Okay. His claim to fame, he taught the college class on Survivor. Nicole, what if you had to take a college class on Survivor? Would that be a good or bad experience for you?
Nicole now or Nicole in college?
Either one.
I feel like now I'd that easy A.
Easy A. What if you were in college?
No. I would.
And you would go and you would study?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Or would you just take your homework home and make me do it?
We know each other?
Sure.
Yes, I would make you do it. I would take it just so you can do my homework.
All right. Max Dawson, 3 words to describe: outspoken, brilliant, and bearded. Are you down with OBB?
I'm not down with OBB.
If you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be? A black cat, no matter how rough things get. Petting a black cat makes me feel better. Is Max Dawson a warlock?
That is a little weird.
It's a little odd. Also, a bunch of kale. Kale is the food of the gods. Max Dawson likes kale.
Does he feed it to his black cat?
I'm not sure. And a tin of beard wax. Because I'm starving on the island doesn't mean I don't want to look fresh. Is Max Dawson?
That a thing?
Is Max Dawson FTD?
Is beard wax a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
People wax their beard like they do their hair?
Yeah, I think it's sort of like.
I didn't know this.
Keep the beard in line. Also, Survivor contestant you're most like, Jonathan Penner. We're both opinionated, outspoken, truth-telling Jews who make our living with our words. Like him, I love Survivor and all that it stands for. I believe that the game deserves to be honored by the individuals who are fortunate enough to play it. Well, that Max is one hell of a guy. Buy that guy some kale.
And a black cat.
And I'll get him a black cat. That's great. He's one of the good guys, not one of the bad guys.
Thanks. Thank you, Penner. Thank
Yes. Why you'll survive Survivor? Because of my laser-like focus, confidence, conviction, and level-headedness. Oh, did I mention I taught a college class on Survivor? Now, I thought this was the most interesting thing from Max's interview, and I had wondered this about him. Was that Max teaches the class about Survivor. Max is somebody who's very well known in the Survivor community, as we've known. Have you met Max Dawson?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
What, a finale or something?
Mm-hmm.
And what was your impression?
He was so different than what we see here.
Why? How is he different?
I would not describe him If I was describing him from what I met, I'd say, oh, he's a really nice guy. He's quiet.
Yes. Are you getting a villain vibe from all this?
Total villain vibe.
Is it the beard?
It's the beard, it's the words, it's the stoic face, it's the attitude. Like, this is not the man that I saw.
Yes. Could it be a Spencer type thing? Like, do you feel like is this posture pregame and
No,
that is
look
not?
at this face.
Yes.
That's not the face of someone faking.
I know. I thought this was really, really interesting, again, from his video, where I thought, like, well, he's not going to tell people he taught a college class
Right.
about Survivor. Seems like he's going to tell people.
But it seems like he's a fan of the show. He should know not to do that.
Well, this has been a thing that, over the summer, I was trading emails with Ken Raskoff, who was a guest on the show a couple months back, about Frankie Grande. Of like, if you're a Frankie Grande, are you better off just like on the first day, like, hey, by the way, my sister's Ariana Grande, or I'm John Rocker. I'm a former baseball player. I had some controversy in my past or whatever. Or I'm Cliff Robinson. We've seen so many people for so long fake it. Are you better off? I mean, there's very little chance that somebody knows, like, hey, I know who that
I
is.
think that this is different, where he could totally get away with not telling anybody.
I think he could get away with this.
Yes.
I think he could say, I'm a college professor. Like, then if somebody says
history.
Yeah, if somebody says at some point, like, hey, did you ever teach a class about Survivor? It's like, yeah, I actually did. How do you know?
Yeah.
So I think he could tell the truth and not be seen as you'd ever told us. So he says in his video that I'm going to save the lives for the important things down the road of hidden immunity idols and stuff like that. So do you think, is that a mistake to come out and tell people I taught a college class about Survivor? Now, again, he's going to be probably telling that to people who are also big fans of Survivor.
And if they are big fans, they would know that that's dangerous.
Yeah, in a post-Cochrane world.
Yes, danger.
You think it's dangerous?
Yeah.
It could go either way.
I think that, along with this person that we're seeing, I mean, I think that's not a good recipe.
It's
Mm-hmm.
It could be tricky.
Yeah.
Could be tricky. Now, I do think of the three guys here, if the women get together, I think that the guy who is going to be able to relate to the women in this group the best is Max, other than Tyler, who could be a douche, and Joaquin, who could be a douche and a jerk.
I don't think Joaquin's gonna be a jerk. I think that he's got charisma.
All right, either of Joaquin and Tyler are giving off potential douche, potential jerk vibes.
Alpha male.
Yes, like both of those guys
Totally.
Are sort of like different sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
like,
I hear you.
One is like sort of like a he could be like a really douchey like high class guy, and then the Joaquin could be kind of douchey, sort of like more average guy, more low. Here, how about this? That Tyler could be a douchey West Coast guy, and Joaquin could be douchey East Coast guy.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that Max could be the guy that is able to work with the Shireens and So's and Carolyn's.
Okay.
He's an educated guy. He could talk through it. So if the women stick together, he could be the fourth person.
He could be.
Out of the women.
Yeah.
But later in the game, when everybody's like talking, and it's like if here's the thing about like what Max is gonna tell people, if he does anything shady, then he's like, he has no margin for error. Like, he's the super fan. This
guy's dangerous.
That taught a class on Survivor. Like if he's exposed instantly, it's like, okay, we got to get rid of him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's a tough line to walk.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about questions about Mr. Max Dawson. All right, Grant Shepard says, I can see a powerful alliance between Max and Tyler. That's two. Though.
Yeah.
And if you're the women, if let's say Max and Tyler get together on day one, are two of the women gonna join with them, or are the women gonna stick together?
I see Tyler and Joaquin.
Tyler and Joaquin.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
All right. So Max is my pick to win right now. He looks like Kenny from Big Brother Canada. That's from the My Eater. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. He said in his video, he's like, a lot of people know me in the Survivor community. People know I'm a Survivor fan. A lot of people want to see me fall flat on my face. I think that's why Max Dawson has the beard. In case he falls around his face,
Cushions.
that's like an airbag.
And then the wax
yeah,
really
it's protection.
cushions it too.
That's a lot of protection in
Smart.
case anybody falls on their face. All right. This is from Cameron Lyden. Can we see a new Survivor archetype in Max Dawson? I'm not sure exactly what that archetype would be. I mean, there's only one guy who's a Survivor professor.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen people who are like Cochran, who are big fans of the show. So I'm not sure exactly. I think we need to see him play to establish him as a new archetype. Okay? Jeremiah Yap says, I think that both Max and Shireen could be threats to each other, both being super fans. Who do you think goes further between the two? Here's the thing. I think that if you had to tell me which one of them goes out pre-merge, I would say that the answer is going to be Shireen. Which one of them goes further into the game? I'm sorry. Who would go out first? I would say Shireen, but who has the better chance to go further in the game? I would say Shireen also. Like, I think that on her range of expected outcomes, I think that if she gets voted out, I think it's before the merge.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she probably wins the game more times in the simulator than Max does.
Yeah, all right. I hear.
Does that make sense? Did I lose you?
No, it does make sense, but it also makes you sound silly.
Makes me sound silly?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're picking her to win and lose.
Because I think that she's the kind of person, like a Sandra, that if a lot of times she'll get voted off before the merge, but if she makes it to the merge, a lot of times she'll win the game.
I hear what you're saying.
Why does that make me sound silly?
Because you're saying she's going to make the merge but not make the merge.
Nicole, that makes a lot of sense what I said.
Okay. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense. It just I am saying that.
Okay. Well, so let us know in the chat room if I'm making sense or not.
I hear what you're saying.
All right. Angie wants to know, should Max tell everyone he's a construction worker? The great Angie Kantz.
No one's gonna buy that.
Yeah. Look, I'm a professor. I teach a class about Survivor. Don't worry about it. Yes. Okay. Let's go to Mark Deal says, I'm envisioning an alliance between Shireen, Max, and Carolyn.
That would be good.
Shireen, Max, and Carolyn.
That would be good.
I would see it being so more than Carolyn, but I could see it.
I'm still going with the Somance.
Somance.
Yeah.
Somance is the case. All right. John Johnson says, I think everyone is expecting too much from Max. On a 6-person tribe, a super fan that overestimates their abilities and underestimates the unpredictability of the game isn't making the merge. However, I could see that being the case in a lot of tribes, but in this tribe, Max is going to be the least offensive of these 3 guys.
I think he'll be offensive in different ways.
I think that if he's going to be cocky, I think he'll be cocky to the camera. He'll be cocky in confessional. You disagree?
I disagree.
You think you're being blinded by Joaquin and
I'm not even thinking about him. Apparently you are.
Yeah, why? Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying that, look at this. This is the person that's on the island right now.
Yes.
I think that he is full of confidence.
Okay.
He's going into this game. I know what I'm doing. I know this game backwards and forwards and sideways. Like, I know this game, and I am so smart, and I'm smarter than all of these people. I think that he is very readable.
Okay. So tell me, build the other alliance. Build me the scenario where they get rid of Max first.
I don't know.
You can't. That's because you can't.
I'm just saying what I see.
Okay. I mean, if I'm gonna try, I'm gonna say, okay, maybe Carolyn and Joaquin say like, hey, you're from Queens, you're with me, and then she's like, yeah, like, okay, I like you. You remind me of blah blah blah, and maybe they get So in the mix, and now they get a 4th person, and it's So or it's Tyler, and they say this guy he seems sneaky. Could Max potentially? Could you get Could he get burned on a scenario? Where it's like, hey, hit an immunity idol. Carolyn and Max, what do you want to do with it? And Max is like, we have to get the hidden immunity idol. And Carolyn's like, whoa, you're shady. And it's like, what do you do for a living? Like, I teach a class about Survivor, or I used to teach a class about Survivor.
Yeah.
And then they say, okay, well, something's up with this guy. But I think that's worst case scenario, and I don't think that's the likely scenario.
Okay.
Okay. Am I talking out of both sides of my mouth that I said it could happen that way, but I don't think it will?
No, you did before.
Okay. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong about that. All right. Simon Ty says, if Carolyn and So hook up with Joaquin and Tyler, whoa. Could Max be in trouble? Agree, disagree. Hashtag who's Gary?
I don't think Carolyn is going to be hooking up with anybody.
Okay. I think they mean in the terms of an alliance.
Uh-huh.
So if Carolyn and So make an alliance with Joaquin and Tyler, could Max be on the outside then? Yeah, I guess so. I don't think that's a likely scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go to Chris says, can't lie, Max, about teaching Survivor. Why not just tell them that you're the most dangerous player ever? Scary, bro.
Thank you, Chris Nichols.
That's a good point. Chris Nichols has a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. JJ Rule says, did Max learn to not stick it to the plan? I don't know. I don't know I don't think he learned that before he went out there.
Yeah.
Because that season wasn't on yet. So, and again, this season, these players, the last thing they saw was Tony. So that's a thing that they all saw, the crazy game that Tony played. And I think that the impact of Tony may not be felt, in fact, in full until this season. Okay. And then let's do. All right. I think we're good on the questions. We're closing in on 3 hours on this podcast.
Yeah, we gotta put the baby to bed.
You made it.
I did. I don't know if the baby made it. I don't hear him anymore.
Okay. I'm sure he made it.
Yeah, I think he's sleeping.
Yeah. All right. So, Nicole, fantastic job by you tonight.
Thank you. I did my homework.
Even though I think you're still wrong about me speaking out of both sides of my mouth with Shireen. All right.
Whatever.
All right, Nicole. All right, let's get to.
Wait, go back.
Stop. All right, let's get to the main event here.
See, this is not the guy we saw.
Yeah.
It's not him.
See, I believe it is him.
It's not him. This is not the man I saw.
Yes. Still him.
He's much taller.
Okay, well, we'll ask Corinne if it's Photoshop. So, Nicole, we need a pick from you.
Yes.
Who's going the distance here this season on Survivor Worlds Apart?
Okay. Can I pick my top two?
You can, but we're going to need a top one.
Okay, I will give you my top one, but I'm going to break it down to my top two.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to where's Mike?
Mike, yes. It's a good pick.
And
Dan.
Dan.
Mike and Dan.
Mike and Dan.
Dan and Mike. Mm-hmm. I feel like Mike is the LJ of this season.
Mike is the LJ, possibly.
Yeah.
He just seems so fun.
Okay, and then do you have a pick out of those two?
My winner's pick is Mike.
Winner pick is Mike.
Mike.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Look at those abs.
All right, come on. I'm only going to put pictures of people with shirts up from now on for you.
Yeah, Garrett too. My goodness.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. I have to say, and maybe you guys see this coming. I'm gonna say Shireen. One. She picked you. She picked me, but that's not the only reason.
It's the main reason.
Look, it helps. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I really liked her. I really liked her in the video.
I liked her too.
I thought she was very good. And again, I think that she has Sandra upside. I really do. If she can get through the first part of the game, if she can fly under the radar, you get to the merge, they're never coming for her after the merge.
Mm-hmm.
If she makes it to the merge, she will be in the final three.
Yeah, I hear you.
If she makes it to the merge, she'll be in the final three.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm saying the same thing. But if she gets voted out, it will be before the merge.
So if she doesn't lose, she's going to win.
No, if she loses, it will be in the first part of the game.
I like getting him fired up now.
Come on. All right. 3 hours in. Did people stay and watch this whole thing?
I got to put the baby to bed.
Okay. We got to put this baby to bed first. All right. Survivor 30 preview is in the books. We've got so much more coming up. I mentioned Corinne is coming up next week. I recorded an interview with Dalton Ross today, talking with him about Survivor 30. what's going on with the Celebrity Apprentice. Also have an interview this week coming to you guys about with Franny, talking about dating and relationships to get ready for Valentine's Day. I have I have a lot more fun coming up next week as well. Some more special interviews to get ready for season 30. Spice Hour. Have you been listening to Spice Hour?
I have been listening
with
to
my
you
friends
record it.
Tyson and Spencer.
Your friend Tyson.
Yes. And my friend.
He's not your friend.
And my friend Spencer.
I'm surprised he knows, even though you podcast with him, that he knows your name.
He knows my name.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
As producer Rob.
No. As friend.
Mm-hmm.
As friend Rob.
You know, it's his podcast.
Yes. So the Spice Hour will be back again next week. Basically, we're doing a million shows coming up here.
Just listen, keep listening.
If you watched 3 hours of this, listen to 3 hours of this, you're going to be in for a fun couple of months. I said at the top of the show about Patreon. If you want to jump in, watch the video, and we do a bunch of Survivor impressions, go to robhasawebsite.com/patron. We're going to have a lot of fun here with Survivor 30. If Survivor 30 is going to be if the early reports are anything true, it's going to be a great couple of months of Rob Has a Podcast coming up. Make sure you subscribe as well, robhasawebsite.com/iTunes. Nicole, it's our 5-year anniversary of Rob Has a Podcast. All right, let's do #high five for Rob for the 5-year anniversary of Rob Has a Podcast. We really appreciate all the comments and everything, all the support from you guys, and having as much fun now as we have. Well,
you make this man so happy.
Yeah, I'm having as much fun when we're actually doing the podcast. It's all the other parts of life that are really stressful right now with moving that are not that fun.
Oh, it's fun.
It's anytime you could move and do all sorts of stuff at the same time. It's very fun. All right, thank you so much to Scott St. Pierre. I know you had some technical issues along the way with the show, but could not do any of this stuff without you. So thank you, Scott. Thanks to everybody in the chat room, everybody live, and everybody who went and listened to this whole bunch of nonsense of all these things that are going to be so wrong in a very short amount of time. Thank you guys so much. Can't wait.
Maybe we have the winner. Maybe we have it.
Maybe.
You know, because Shireen, she will win and she will lose.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You always have
just
to.
High five. Just high five me.
You can't let me have anything. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye. Oh, it didn't record. We have to do the whole thing over.
Oh, God.
Okay.